This is a Fubar Radio podcast. You can subscribe to the app on Apple and Android. Visit FubarRadio.com for more details. Angelos and Barry on Fubar Radio.
A minute.
It's Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
Did you play two jingles then, Barry?
Yes, I meant to play just that. It's on Fubar Radio, you see, like that. But I played them.
Sound like you play two together there, Barry.
Well, if you've got...
What happens if you do play two together?
I'll do it again.
Does it work?
You've got very fat fingers.
I know,
like.
you got because you had it smashed, didn't you, by that mallet.
My finger there, my middle finger there, it's like having a toe, an extra toe. My Margaret loves it, but let's just try that.
Angelos and Barry on Fubar Radio.
Sounds
that's a
like
mess, isn't it?
that's a fucking mess. That,
You should play that more often. It's more in keeping with the show.
Let's play three at once.
Go on.
Angelos and Barry on Fubar Radio.
That's good.
It's all at the same time.
One of them
It's on
goes on a
Fubar
bit
Radio.
longer than the other.
I think we've had enough of that.
Yeah.
Well.
OMG.
LMFAO.
PMSL.
DIY.
WTF.
Thank you.
Oh, now we're getting into the trickier end. FBI.
MI5.
Oh, CIA. Give it all the security services.
C and A.
Oh, good.
The
I bet
close.
you can't have the and in the middle.
C A B and H.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
The old favourites.
Yeah.
I wonder if Benson Hedges are still going. I suppose.
Oh, yeah, they're
cigarettes still going.
Cigarettes is still going.
Cigarettes.
Do you know? In Australia, they've
Yes.
got cigarettes with nothing on the packet. You know.
What's on it? How do you know it's a cigarette?
Well, it's just a square box, and
there.
on the front cover is just like a picture of a buggered lung, or like a muck coming out of someone's throat, or lungs with all bits in them.
Can I have a pack? 20 buggered lungs, please.
Buggered lungs, and it's supposed to discourage people from smoking.
Smoking?
You know.
Oh, right.
But I know when I had a look in there and I saw all, I mean, it was good actually, because it's like going into a news agent, seeing these things. It's like looking at an old Victorian hospital.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Up on the pictures?
It's like
and
looking
that?
at a gallery of all these like knackered bodies and like Frankenstein bodies,
God.
and muck everywhere,
all over the
like
track.
tumours.
I've heard that because if you buy a stick of the old buggered lungs in Australia, you get a free tracheotomy, don't you?
They do, yeah, in anticipation, the fact that your throat will fall out.
Welcome to the show. That's what it'd be like if we'd been on that.
Welcome to the show.
Isn't it horrible?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
It's not unlike our own voices.
No, that's true.
Tracheotomy.
I'll tell you what I think is a
If you were
horrible...
going to have a medical procedure, what would you have done?
Oh, God. Well, first of all, I'd have my boobs lifted up.
Oh,
In the
lovely.
Madonna style, with the two
in the
hooks
points.
in the points.
Yeah. Have you been pulled around on fishing wire?
I would have them pulled up by fishing wire. I think my ball bag,
You'd have that done.
I'd have
Stapled.
that stapled up a bit. Because yours is quite long. Do you remember we
Mine's very,
discussed it?
very
Very long.
long.
You want that tuck? You want a tuck or ball tuck?
I do want that,
ball
but
tuck.
at the moment I don't want to spend that money, so I've just got it gaffer taped to my left leg.
Yes.
But it doesn't snag on the air. Like pulling that off every day. It
Absolutely.
rip. It's like you know when that's going on because you'll hear a coming from the bathroom in Neasden.
That's it. I would also like. I mean, it's terrible when you went on holiday last year.
Yeah.
To Ibiza, San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio.
What a nightmare with those trunks, because it was stapled up to your leg, if
Yeah,
I remember
that's
right.
it.
And it looked like a growth. It was, in fact, your ball bag.
Yeah, it was.
With some silver gaffer around it.
Yeah, gaffer tape,
But
yeah.
what did the police say? The polizzi, or what they're called?
Well, they flung me in the jail for
The
one
garda.
night, and they said... They said... They said, Angelos, because I'm always there, so they know it's me.
Yes.
And they said, we thought you had got cleared up with the problem in the ball bag.
Yes.
I said, look, I'm on the list to get it done.
Yeah.
So I'm still having to use the gaffer tape. okay, just to sort of tape it up so that I'm not having them all hanging down when I'm going down the water slide, because you try going down the kamikaze water slide sliding on your ball bag. You know, I've caught some friction burns. Let me tell you that for nothing.
The worst one was when you was in that swimming pool.
Yeah.
And they just assumed
caught in the filter system.
They thought you had an inflatable between your legs. It was your scrotal bag.
It was my ball bag.
The old onion bag.
Yeah, I had them up underneath my chest and I was just leaning on them
like that. And you had a little drink at the bar there.
Like a rubberine.
It was terrible, really. But they have
I mean, people
swell up.
They swell up in the heat.
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah.
And if I want to do it to show people how bad it is, I just get a hairdryer out and blow them into me ball bag area, and they blow up like a pair of balloons.
Well, I would have that done. What would you have done? A relative, your nutsack?
I'll have my ball bag taped up. What else should I have done? I'd have something done to my brain.
Yes.
Have you seen that thing, trepanning?
What's that then?
Well, it's when someone gets a drill.
Oh, yeah.
And they drill their head.
And it lets off some pressure.
Lets off some steam or something. It's like blood comes out of your head.
And is that supposed to be good for you, or is it just...
I don't think so, but I'd like to do it and I'd put it on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
What about your nasal hair? Because that has caused
getting outrageous. You're getting unruly.
I mean, I've seen you when you're writing a letter. It goes right across the page and smudges all the ink as you're leaning down.
Yeah, like a spider's legs.
Like a spider's leg.
Yeah.
Because I've spoken to you before. It's like you've got a little chimney sweep coming out and poking his brush out at the end of your nose.
Yeah, it's like the rainforest
it's unsightly.
No, I'm going to keep that because I think it's me.
It's better you.
I like a bit of nasal hair. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't feel like me.
Yeah, it's making your unique. Stand,
my USP,
style.
my USP, exactly.
Yeah.
So, do you know Angelos? Oh, what, the one with the hair in the nose? Yeah, that's him, yeah. That's what I'm known for.
The nasal hair.
Nasal hair, yeah. What about the fat underneath your arms? What would you have done there? You want to keep that?
I have got under one of my arms, you know when you get a little excess bit of skin, like a little Rice Krispie, and it's getting longer and longer and longer, and it's dangling down like a bit of sort of strange pasta that you might be able to get at the supermarket.
It's not an easy thing to lose diet-wise, is it?
It's not. I mean, I don't know whether I take a Black and Decker to it and whip it off.
Yeah, in the shed.
Yeah,
like
I imagine
it'll
bleed. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's unsightly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like to take my shirt off. I mean, I had a mole on my back that sprouted an awful lot of hair. It looked like Ken Dodd when I went away. You know, last year down to Devon.
Tickle stick.
And they came out and they said, bloody hell, is that Barry knocking around with Ken Dodd? No, it's a hairy mole.
Hairy mole on his arm.
On my arm, sort of thing.
I tell you.
I'd have that removed, that whipped off, yes.
Whipped off?
I'd have that. I mean, basically, if you get that done on the NHS, there's nothing nice about it. It's not like Bupa. You go down the council, get one of them sandblasters. They get the chewing gum off outside McDonald's, and they blast it off.
They give you
no, don't do that. No, an Eastern European will come up and punch you in the face, and they'll get sandblast your back. You know,
that's quick surgery, in and out job, though.
Well, it is whether it's effective,
providing you survive.
Well, you know. And the inevitable bleeding in the air, then it's when it's a boon on holiday because you can relax.
It's hot in here today, isn't it, Bo?
Isn't it hot? My mole is sweating.
Yeah. Ball bags. Honestly.
Your ball bag.
Oh,
I mean,
geez, like...
I'm going to have to get a mop in here where that's drizzled on the floor.
Dropping on the floor.
Dropping on the floor. It's like we've got a leak somewhere. It's just perineum. It's like a Niagara Falls.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence in here.
It's just like that.
Tenko, but without the birds.
Bridge over the River Kwai.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what it's like.
The film Sahara.
Heat with Michael Mann.
Very good. Sunshine by Danny Boyles.
Yeah. Right. Well, we've got a wonderful.
Out of Africa.
Yeah. Okay. We've got. It's like what's coming up.
Star Wars,
which is like Sunshine on a Rainy Day by Zoe, which is coming up later.
I wish it was raining on a sunshiny day.
It's raining men. Doesn't really work. Anyway, we have got coming up like this is.
What a show!
Oh my God!
What's the show we've got?
You rang my lad.
Oh yes, I did.
Hi. We've got TV's very own Sue Pollard.
She do Typhoon as well.
Typhoon too?
Yeah. She must have done.
She's done a lot of commercials.
Oh, that's fabulous.
And she's one at well, there was a time, I know you kids don't know this, but she was a household maid for a time in the 80s.
God, Sue Pollard. Miss Cathcart.
I want to be a yellow coat, Miss Cathcart.
What don't be ridiculous.
That was that one.
That's Ruth Maddox.
Ruth Maddox.
An impersonation of.
She was lovely. Simon Cadell, she fancied in Hard to Heart.
He ran the place.
And we've also got something. This is absolutely true. We've got a band coming in called Elephants and Castles. Now, I was in. I'll tell you where I was.
Where was you?
I was
Watford?
I was just at that area where Regent Street meets Shaftesbury Avenue. It's like Piccadilly Circus down there. The other day. And I bumped into these fellas and they were holding up a picture of Justin Fashanu.
The footballer.
The footballer and the first black £1 million footballer in this country.
Oh, God.
The first and only openly gay footballer. I don't know whether that's true now, but it says in this blurb.
I think it is. I don't know any others.
And they're coming in to sing their song about
the brother of
John Fashanu,
who played for Wimbledon.
And also done the Gladiators.
He's done the Gladiators with Ulrika Johnson. Who I know a little bit about. Yeah, she's all right, yeah.
She's had a lot
She's
of
up for it.
weddings.
Yeah, she has had a lot of weddings, and a lot of kids.
Do you know, it's a statistic, I was reading this, that by 2026, everyone in the country will have been married to her or related to her in some way.
Yeah,
that's statistical.
I think that is true.
I'm not saying she's been married
They worked
often.
that out with there's actually a formula.
There is.
Called the Johnson algorithm.
Yeah.
And it's something to do with Johnson plus husband
minus
ex-husband.
Yeah, plus kids.
To the power of 3 kids. And you work it out like that, I think.
Yeah.
Carry the 2.
Carry the 2.
Blah, blah, blah.
So X squared, and there have been a few X's.
Yeah, squared.
But, you know, that is true. I mean, I'm not saying she's been married a lot, but she's got loyalty points at pronuptia. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oi!
Is she really?
Yeah. I'll tell you her dad gave her away at the altar. He stood up and shouted, "It's not going to last!" Oh, it's a funny one. Now, gave her away. Sorry, she's a very dear friend.
What you mean? No, I didn't get that.
No, I'm not saying she's been up and down the aisle a lot, but that's enough of those jokes. Between... Who's been married more, Ulrika or Elizabeth
Taylor? I think Elizabeth Taylor. Joan Collins has had a few goes.
Oh, she's been married 43 times, Joan Collins.
Yeah, I know. Most of her adult life, every year, she got married, didn't she?
That's right. I heard that. She's seen more Jack's eyes.
I think we have a... Yeah, yeah.
I'm not even going to say it's racist. Then a Toyota wing mirror. Now, the point is, that's racist. I've been nasty.
I think we've even got a Joan Collins bank holiday now, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
She gets married.
We've got the Joan Collins bank holiday.
Yeah.
And we've also got a bank holiday for how many times the Stones come out of retirement.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
And that's been running since they started, 1758.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I remember in 1989 when they was going on tour, and they were going, no, we're getting a bit old for this now.
Yeah, this lot.
I think, we'll leave it now after this one.
Yeah, but I suppose, really, you don't know much else
do you?
at that age.
What are you going to start doing? Become a cobbler?
No, you ain't going to do that What are you going to do? Go and play bowls?
What are you going to do? Go and sit in the retirement home?
What are you
What's
gonna do?
pointless?
Go down to Starburger and have the OAP special.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Go in a wimpy?
Just masturbate
have a
all
cup
day.
of tea all day?
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
You're
Like
not
pop
go-
Viagra off the
Well,
internet?
exactly. No, you're not going to do that.
Point out that none of the Rolling Stones have ever done any of them things.
Can I just, let's point that
Disclaimer.
out. Disclaimer. None of them have popped Viagra or spent the afternoon masturbating. Right.
Well, they may have done, but we don't know.
Well, I
we
don't know that.
know.
We've got a piece of paper here
Yeah, what does
about
it say?
the Rolling Stones.
Does it say anything about masturbation
Mick is very keen
Viagra,
on
King Gardeners,
King Gardner,
bowling
Charlie
champions,
Watts admitted
makes his
to
own lemonade.
knocking one out in June 1978. No, I've looked in the masturbation part of their CV
it's
and
blank.
it's blank, completely blank.
They're firing blanks.
I knew you was going to say
I
that. That's
did.
why
You left me to
I
it.
left you to it.
Oh, that's nice.
Hung by his
Yes.
own petard.
And I'm sorry I trampled all over your Japanese wing mirror joke earlier.
Well, it's racist. It's not clever, and I'm
quite
afraid
clever.
I
Only a
don't
little
know. I
bit
borrowed it off
racist.
someone else anyway. What do I
I'm
know?
going to borrow it off you.
Well, let's see if we can have some more latent racism coming up after Pump Up the Jam.
Oh, I like this one.
It's Technotronic
I
featuring
do like
Felly.
this
We
one.
like this.
Pump
Pump up the jam, pump it up.
We got any
pump it,
moo-moo on
pump,
this
pump,
week?
pump, pump. Oh, listen, we can get moo-moos on.
Moo.
Moo-moo. Get your boots.
20 seconds.
16 seconds.
Come up a bit early here, and me, Barry. I was enjoying
sorry.
myself. Right, now I've got to do this again.
Hold on.
Honestly.
Early on the dance
That's my name. I like the ones that fade out because that means we can sort of have a bit of time just, chilling out.
Chilling.
And getting into it and stuff. It's
We are
easing our way back in.
We're easing our way. I would imagine by about an hour's time in this show, it is going to be rocking.
Snap, crackle and pop.
It's going to be snap, crackle and pop.
Crackle and pop.
It's going to be Crosby, Stills and Nash.
And young.
And young. This is amazing. Talking of Liz Taylor,
Oh, yeah.
which we were one of
I
this
love her.
finest actresses.
Richard Burton, Liz Taylor.
Byrne, a salon cash thief. This is in a Watford Observer.
Is he?
A Watford beauty salon manager stole almost $5,000 from employers by giving refunds to a fictitious character called Liz Taylor.
My God.
Does Liz Taylor ever hair done in Watford?
I would have thought so.
Well, it's
would
it's
have
a
thought she
cunning
would.
plan,
But
isn't it?
also, it's like, wouldn't someone have gone, Liz Taylor? That to me would have been like.
Oh, mate.
To me that to me would have been like
That to me, to you.
that would have been a flag.
A flag.
It would have been a flag.
No.
If I said, $5,000 to Liz Taylor.
No.
Who is this Liz Taylor?
Hold up.
Oh, have I got it wrong? There's a good chance I have.
The double bluff.
Oh, it's a joke.
The double bluff. If he was going to make up a
Hiding
name,
in plain sight.
hiding in plain sight.
Very clever. Very, very
if
clever.
you was going to make up a name,
Would have been
for
Frank
something,
Sinatra.
and people go, God, that's funny. Is it really cool? Yeah,
Yeah, because then they would have had a debate. Well, he didn't have any hair.
And
He didn't have any hair.
He
didn't have any
becomes
hair.
a real person.
person.
So that's very, very
It's
clever.
very clever. I
It's
take it back.
I say it's clever. She's got caught and she's been in court for it.
But up until the point she got caught, it was very clever.
Up until
Up
the
until the point that they
she-
collared her and they
St
pulled her
Albans
away,
Crown Court
put
on
her
Monday
away.
put her away, got a 5-month prison sentence for suspended for 5 years in order to pay costs of £750. It was genius.
It was brilliant.
It was
Brilliant.
brilliant.
And you'll I bet she'll do that again. You'll keep a close eye on her.
Her employers
Yeah.
become suspicious after
what
she
happened?
transferred more than $4,000 to herself in one go. No!
Oh, that is schoolboy.
I would imagine
schoolboy.
They also become suspicious when she named one of the customers as Queen Elizabeth II. That might have been...
That's
That
right,
might have been the giveaway.
Simon
She overdone it.
Yeah.
Simon Cowell, 3:45, short back and sides.
Oh, that's right.
You
Queen
know.
Elizabeth II coming in at 5 o'clock.
Mullet.
Yeah. A mullet. Yeah, that's right.
Isn't it funny when you go, do you know, try as I might, when I've been to have my hair done, and when the council don't do it, you know, occasionally I unisex salon is them. In Watford.
What you have done?
Well, first of all, they
Boot
say...
polish, put on your bald patch.
Yeah, I have that done, and I have some of the hair off my mole sellotaped to my head.
So your comb over. Yeah.
But I go in there, and very often they'll say something like, would sir like it washed? And I think, no, sir doesn't want to pay an extra £5.
I'm sorry, mate. Listen, I washed my hair before I come out.
Of course I did.
I'm not going to come into a salon with stinking greasy hair. So you go, chop that off, mate, will you? My name will be mud in this town.
Exactly.
Muck.
And mucky. And so they put your head back. Is that all right for you, sir? Scalding.
It's burning me, and it's going all down my shirt collar, if you don't mind.
And they said,
like that?
what would sir like?
Do you like that feeling?
No, I don't like
I don't
that.
like that feeling.
But what I don't like is the hardness of the basin on the back of my neck.
Yeah, no, I don't let them do that. I say, if you want to wash my hair, I'll go out the back with you into the alley and I'll stick my head in a bucket. That is the only way I will comply with this, with your wishes.
Well, you're still having your hairs done at Pets at Home, aren't you?
Yeah.
And they do it out the back then, do your claws while you're out there.
And they bring one of them jet washers from the garage.
And do your bum hole.
And then they just lean me up against the side of the wall and spray me like I'm in Rambo.
But your coat has come up lovely, hasn't it?
You know.
Give you a free bonio.
I'm all shiny, yeah.
You have a bonio.
Yeah,
I'll get it for you.
You're doing it.
Oh! Give you a quick Arthur. That's a cat food. Doesn't really work.
Chum. All right, chum.
Yum, yum. And... So... What was I going to say? Hold on.
Oh, Barry, who have we got in the show today?
Oh, we've got this Elephants and
we've said that,
Castles,
haven't
and
we?
we've got Sue Pollard coming on.
Have we said that already?
Yes, we have.
Have we?
Have you got Alzheimer's or something?
I've got Alzheimer's.
Can't you remember?
I can't remember what you said and what you haven't said.
Yeah. Have you got Alzheimer's? Oh, sorry, I've already said that.
You said that one.
Now, what I was going to say, the thing that I find, when they then done me hair, someone will come up, an office junior, and she'll go rather reluctantly to your head massage. And I think, the poor cow, does she really want to get hold of my greasy, sometimes flaky scalp?
Yes.
And give it a rub down? No.
She has asked, Barry. I always bite her hand off.
Well,
and I have done, and that
I know
they don't like it when you do that.
They hate that.
They have you up on charges.
Well, yeah, that was terrible, that
It was very embarrassing.
I mean, but
someone said to me, they said, "Listen, Angelos, when you go in the hair salon place, right? And what they do is they give you a little, they give you a wash and they give you like bung shampoo in your hair, and it's all lovely. And at the end, a beautiful bird says, "Do you want an head massage?" They said, and when she says that, you bite her hand off. And that is exactly what I done.
And it was,
and I left a horrible mark just round her thumb. But I just caught her a bit hard, you know.
Yes,
they marched me out of that place like I was a piece of shit.
Yeah, well, she offered it. I suppose she can't use the scissors now or anything with her hand.
Her career is in tatters.
I've always found it quite sensual going to... Yeah, I mean, you know, all that touching round your hair and all that over round your ears. I mean, when they hand me a tissue at the end of the session, I do need it, you know, sort of
Have you ever been for a massage?
What, a saucy?
Not a saucy one, just like, my shoulders are aching.
Hold on, go on.
Oh, my shoulders are aching.
No, I haven't. Who did you go to? Have you been to that?
I've been to one.
A sports one, not a saucy.
Well, it's not really a sports one.
More a spurts one.
It turns out, yeah.
Oh,
it depends where you go,
Where did you go?
Well, I went to a place on the high street.
Yes.
You go in there and they, hello, and then you say...
In Harrow, you went?
No, it was in London.
Neaston
Town. And I say, hello. And they say, hello. And they say, can I get a massage? Yeah, you want a massage now? I go, yeah, please, thank you.
Yeah, nice.
And so they, you go through and you get changed, you give you a towel, and then they go into a little quiet room. It's just like me, I'm aching and my shoulders ache.
Aching, yeah.
Aching.
Because you've been on the bins, haven't you?
I've been on the bins and I've been on the booze.
Yes.
And it's a wicked combination.
Of course it is.
No. And so they take you into a darkened room and she says, you want a Thai massage?
Oh, nice.
And I went, yeah, all right, I'll have a Thai massage, yeah. Lovely, thinking that she's going to get a Thai out and tie me up.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's not what that means at all.
What does it mean?
It means that she gets up on the massage table with you, right?
Yeah.
And then stands on your back and walks across your blinking back until things crack and pop and move and you are in bloody agony. And let me tell you, Barry, if you go in there wanting some sort of sexual relaxing experience, you are in for an horrible shock because it is painful. It's medieval.
Did it do anything for you?
Well, I come out of there like glad that I was still alive.
Yeah,
so in that respect,
not
it
living
was
in
quite
Thailand.
nice. Exactly.
Yeah.
It was life affirming.
Yeah.
But it didn't half hurt. Christ almighty.
And what about...
Me down below?
Yeah.
Yeah, they try.
Well, with your nutsack, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly, it's
She had to
unavoidable.
be careful not to trip over
Well,
that.
she has to just lift it up with her fingers.
Ooh.
Just move it out of the way.
Yes,
I say, sure,
down the side of the table.
Just lift that up and fold it over me leg.
Back of your knees.
And just leave it there for a bit. And then when you need to do that, they just chuck it over the other leg. So she done that. And she did have a good old giggle because she just said, oh, she said,
It must be bullshit.
have you ever seen that big bird back?
Yeah,
I said, yeah, I know. I'm not a circus freak.
You
love.
don't
So
like to
really,
show off.
you should be paying me for having a look at this.
You know, when I went for one, I'm going to do that old one, and I know you've heard it a million times.
Do it.
And I had
Here
the
it
massage.
comes.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I had the old massage, and at the end of it, she goes, "You want wank?" I said, "Yes, please." She came out of the room. 20 minutes later, she come back in and said, "Finish yet?"
Yay!
More quality jokes like that.
Right now.
We'll do some more jokes and finish with this punchline. So
Okay.
I went to the
What'd you do? Where did you go?
massage. I looked at as I was lying there on the ceiling. There was a menu. You see, it said ham sandwich, £3, cheese sandwich £2, hand job £5. Woman comes in. I said, "Are you the one who does the hand job?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, what's your hand? Makes a cheese sandwich."
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
Any other?
Is that one of yours? Yeah.
It's an old joke from
Is
the
it an old
1950s.
joke? I don't know any old joke from the 1950s. I got a joke.
Oh, here we go. I'll get ready with this. Go
Right,
on.
it's got nothing to do with massages.
Go on, doesn't matter. Just I like the punchline. Go on.
Right, you may have heard it. I don't know. It's a bit longer. than that.
Well,
Okay, ready?
yeah.
It's about a minute joke.
Okay. Well, we've got time.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah,
Ready?
go.
Ready? What is the difference
Yeah.
between a kangaroo and a kangaroo?
I don't know.
Oh, okay then, I'll tell you. A kangaroo is an Australian marsupial what bounces around.
Around.
And a kangaroo
Yeah.
is a Geordie fella stuck in a lift.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
What's the fastest cake in the world?
A Battenberg.
Scone.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
How do you start a pudding race?
I don't know.
Say go.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
What does that mean? I don't get that one.
Sago pudding.
What's
Sago.
sago pudding?
A sago pudding.
What's a sago pudding?
It's an old-fashioned pudding.
Well, from the 1950s, where that joke come from.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar
All
Radio.
right.
What did one shaggy tit
Barry and Angelos
Oh, sorry.
on Fubar
say
Radio.
to the other shaggy tit?
Dunno.
If we don't get some support soon, people are going to think we're nuts.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
Why does Noddy wear a hat with a bell? Do you remember that one?
No.
Because he's a...
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
What
What's
other
brown
one?
and sticky?
A stick?
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
Yeah.
What did the PD...
Oh. No, don't do. So, only 2.5 hours of this sort of thing to go. And not long before our special guest, Elephants and Castles, come in. But in the meantime, this is Crash by the Primitives. Do you remember this one? Like this one? Stay with us, because we got some wonderful stuff to talk about.
Elephants and Castles.
No.
Crash!
Gonna crash!
Let me talking of crashes, mate.
Oh my goodness, go on.
God almighty. You know I do my other radio show.
Yes, I know.
You know.
Where is that?
In Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan,
Right,
yeah.
on the local radio.
Kazakhstan
over there.
192.
That's it. Well, in order for me to get back from Kazakhstan in time to do Fubar,
Yes.
I've got to go on the plane.
Oh, well, yes.
And last night I was coming back from there and I had the worst flight I've ever had in my
You're
life.
kidding.
Oh, I'm not kidding you.
What happened?
I'm not kidding you. Well, there was no peanuts.
Yes, that's it.
Right.
Probably religious.
Yeah, I think it's religious grounds.
Religious grounds.
There's an alligator running around in the cabin.
That is a religious
That's a
thing
religious
out
thing,
there.
you know.
I'm not too au fait, but
No.
I do believe that is allowed.
Yeah. And there's some bloke strapped to the front of the plane.
With a
Now, all
bomb.
these things are very well, but
Yeah.
they are religious things, spiritual things.
Who are we?
Oh, yeah.
Who are we to criticise?
Exactly. We don't know what their beliefs are.
No.
But it looks weird from the outside, having an alligator and a bloke strapped to the front and no peanuts on religious grounds. But they say they have these things because it helps the plane stay in the air.
What? That's what? It's a sign to the gods.
Yes,
to,
it's
to
saying
save us.
to the
sort
guys
of.
to save us, and it also, compensates for the fact that the plane is a heap of shit.
Yes.
There's bits missing off it and wires just sort of hanging out.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's coming back through the clouds last night, and it starts bumping
Oh my
and
God.
bobbing,
Yes.
and I just wished I'd taken some heroin. Or
Yes.
I was pissed up, because then I wouldn't have minded so much.
Right,
because
right.
if I'm going to die, I'd much rather be out of my box or
Yes.
out of my tree, ripped to the tits on drinking drugs.
Right.
I don't want to know what's going to happen to me.
Yeah. It just happens. Bump.
It
sort
just
of
happens,
thing.
bump out, I'm pissed, and then the next thing I know, I'm gone.
What was everyone else in the cabin, in the the plane
Oh,
doing?
they didn't give a shit, because
Really?
they thought they was protected by the alligator
Alligator and the lack of nuts.
bloke and the lack of nuts. So
Yeah.
they're all playing backgammon,
Oh, yeah.
building bonfires,
Smoking,
the shisha
hubba
pipe,
bubba, yeah, that's
all
it.
that, you're sitting on the floor and all
Yeah,
that,
that's
gassing,
it.
you
Gassing.
know. And I'm clinging hold of the seat, and
Yeah.
I'm clinging on for dear life,
Life.
thinking this is it.
Yeah,
This
oh
is
my
it.
God.
I'm not going to get back for Fubar. Barry's going to have to do the show on his own.
It'd be terrible.
And that was the number one thought going through my mind, Barry. I thought, I've got to get back there.
So you got down all
I
right,
got there and
obviously.
I had a right go at the pilot, mate.
And what did he say? Oh, this
He
is
said,
just our
I
religion,
said,
sort
listen,
of
don't
thing.
worry about it. The alligator was there. The lack of nuts was there.
there.
The
The
bloke
man on
tied
the
to the
front.
front was there. It was never going to be a problem. And I just said, well, that is the last time I fly. Kazakhstan, Galila
Well,
Lines.
absolutely. I personally...
Have you ever had anything like
I
that?
don't like flying. I make no bones about it. I do not like... What I think is interesting is Ryanair's they've gone all up market now.
Well,
haven't
like
they?
pound to use your bogs, isn't it?
It's what, a pound to use the
bogs,
bogs.
in it, in
Oh,
there.
it's a pound to use, famously to have a wee. My Margaret fasted twice. It come to 24 pence.
Oh, dear.
But you know what was amazing was when we went on Ryanair, all the emergency
the oxygen mask
fell
come
down, and they
down.
were very kind because they let us pay in euros to use
that's
it.
nice.
Yeah,
you just,
and I quickly wrote a cheque out to get a pen and everything. I was virtually dead, but once I've written a cheque,
and he said, go away.
And then it was only
Suck as
another
much as you like.
€5 to actually pump the oxygen
oxygen
through. You see.
Do they charge for nuts and drink?
Yeah, they're very reasonable, Ryanair. It's £3 per nut.
Oh, that is nice.
And, it comes in its own little sachet. So that'll only
individually
set you
packed.
back about 50 or 60 quid.
Yeah, for the nuts.
For the nuts. I mean, the flight is dirt cheap, but it's all the added extras. If you want wings on the plane, it's another £400.
Yeah.
And if you want someone to fly it, it's another, 50, 60 quid. Now, what I've always found is that I've always thought to myself, what's an odd thing? I mean, if you're on British Airways or one of the bigger airlines, you'd imagine the better pilots fly with those big...
Well, they get paid properly, don't they?
Who is flying a Ryanair flight, 50 quid all the way down to southern Spain?
Well,
is it a cat?
I think it's the YGS boys.
Oh, exactly.
YGS.
He's sat there playing top trumps.
I've got them out the simulator.
And he's gone, do you fancy flying this lot of muppets all the way to Torremolinos?
Here's your Xbox and a simulator game. Right? Play on that for a couple of weeks.
We got in the plane.
We got a pilot off sick who usually flies to Torremolinos.
And they went, and she goes, bing bong. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. We got a new... I don't know why she's speaking like that. It was a sort of scarce one.
Gentlemen.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
You Dumbo.
Mr. Saba. Shabba Ranks. Anyway, Shabba Ranks. The Lover Man. He come on, the Lover Man and Stewardess, famously, comes on the tannoy and says, we've got a new boy on. Don't be...
What, a pilot?
It's Pilot Wayne, and he's a 15-year-old lad. Give him a chance. Everyone's like, don't care because they're all stupid.
Yeah, all pissed.
And he comes on, he goes, yeah, you're right.
All right, innit?
Welcome to
Ryanair flight.
Welcome, Ryanair.
What flight?
We're going...
What flight,
We're going Spain, innit? Yeah, we're going Spain. And so relax, and I'll just get the... When the thing starts going in reverse. Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Shit.
I got me provisional.
I just got to hot wire it.
It does all that. And then he leaves the microphone on, and we can hear him going on. It's on... porno. Well, he was flying the plane. Yes, that's what they do, the young people. Yes.
Oh, we'll have to ask the elephants and castles
when they come in. I think they're
what
here.
They get up to.
They're in the other room. Hello, fellas. They're not listening.
Hey.
Oi! You hear us? Yeah, right. Hello. I met them.
They finally wave. 50p on here, Barry.
There's 50p on the track. Anyway, the point is... The point
is this.
Precisely this. If you are going... If you are...
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to fly...
Okay.
Take a leaf out the Kazakhstanis book and bring some lucky charms with you. Some worry beads, a cross,
a leprechaun,
a horseshoe,
a rabbit's foot,
a four-leaf clover,
a bit of lucky heather.
But if you're with Ryanair, the one most important to bring with you is a fucking pilot.
Yeah, and a seat. Bring your own seat. There's no guarantee there'll be one of them when you get on the plane.
I said I know nothing about flying. I know nothing about aviation. But
don't worry, it doesn't matter. We'll all have a go.
I said, shouldn't there not be two wings on this plane?
Well, ideally there would. But because you're only paying a 50 quid...
Yeah, we had to have a whip round.
We'll give it a go with one wing, see how we get on.
We just went round and round in circles above Heathrow, and then we come down again.
Yeah, but now they know that they can only fly on... They only have to fly on one wing. Well,
it's all about cutting
cost shaving, isn't it?
Yeah,
Shame.
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, look, elephants and castles are here. They're now overdoing it with the Raven. Doesn't matter, the moment's gone.
Right.
But before
Don't
they come...
overcompensate,
Don't
boys.
overdo it, fellas.
Missed your chance the first time.
Yeah, I've gone off them already.
Oh,
anyway,
what
listen.
What did you get them in here for?
Well, I met them in Piccadilly Circus, you see.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was ingenious. They was holding up a picture
Oh,
of
yeah,
Jack
no, I saw them doing that.
Do you
Yes,
remember
I
the
saw
conversation?
them
You seem to have an
doing that.
Alzheimer's problem. We've had this conversation.
No, I know. I'm just recapping.
Oh, recap for anyone
anyone who's just joined us.
Anyone just joined us.
And for the boys themselves.
And they've got a
So
single
they
out,
know why they're here.
Why they're here, and we're going to play their single shortly.
Are they doing gigs and stuff like that, Baroy?
Yes, one of them's nodding, one of them's not. They've stopped
The other
waving.
two don't really know.
Don't really know.
This is going to be interesting.
Well, we'll see.
Let's hope they're on the same page.
Let's hope so. Let's hope they're better than some of the guests we've
God,
had.
let's
Don't
hope so.
want to turn
Honestly,
it on.
They don't want to do
I've
nothing.
got high hopes for these
I
fellas.
have as well, but
All
there's
right.
no guarantee.
There's absolutely
There's
no guarantee.
There's no guarantee, listeners.
No,
We hope they're going to be good.
exactly. In the meantime,
Piling the pressure on.
this. They better not be rubbish. We've
Very
got Sue
unfair
Pollard
of
on
us.
later.
Sue Pollard!
I don't know. She's too young. This is the.
We'll ask them, though.
This is the set. Oh,
What's this? Oh, hello.
This
Spooky.
is-
This is something I heard on the Kazakhstan Airways. This is what they play. Get the plane off
that's
the
it.
ground.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the sound of Zoe. Sit back, enjoy the flight,
Enjoy the flight.
the lacquer nuts, and we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Somewhere. Sunshine on a rainy day. Oh, piss me off that.
Oh, yeah.
If it's going to be sunny, then let it be sunny. If
Well,
it's going to be rainy, let it be rainy.
What occurred to me the other
Right.
day is, what are the Met Office doing? They know next to nothing.
They know nothing.
What are they doing in there all day?
It's the government.
Pissing around.
Government.
I reckon, what?
It's the government. They're in charge of the Met Office. It's the government. And it's the government that doesn't want us to know what...
Misinformation sort of thing.
Yeah, that's been going on for years, mate, that has.
I mean, they must go, you know, what are we going to say today? What have you been doing, Bill Giles? Oh, I've just been looking at...
Been digging the
porno.
garden.
Well, we got to say something at 6 o'clock news.
I'll deal with it now.
All right, okay,
it's
let's
raining
say,
over here, and
Yeah,
it's going to be cold here, and there's a bit of sun here. Right, clear off. I've got to go and have a wank.
That's what they do. And then they go, you know, what we going to say? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll spice it with a few clever words, meteorological words.
Squally showers.
I mean,
We nick it off the shipping forecast.
Squally showers. Shoving squally showers.
What are the shipping forecasts saying?
Saying about dogging. There'll be dogging in the Carl Shilton
Just do
area.
whatever they say.
Dogger, German bites. There'll be German bites. German bites.
Norfolkshire,
Southshire. And they shove in words like chiefly. It will be chiefly over the north. No one has used the word chiefly in any other setting other than whether chiefly. Chiefly. And what I don't like, since you've got me on a rant
Hey,
about
I
it,
haven't
in a
I?
minute, fellas. Sorry, boys, just a minute.
We've got a band in called Elephants and Castles, and they're just going to have to put up with the weather
just
rant
a minute.
before they get to speak.
And I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, no.
Bollocks.
Was that it?
No.
Oh.
Something else that they do that I know. Using too many words to build up their... When one will do! So they'll go... And you can expect, you know, some drizzly conditions during the nighttime period.
Yes,
that means
don't
during
you
the night.
say that, do
at
you?
night.
Don't you say that?
During the nighttime period. Oh, the nighttime period. Oh, the nighttime period,
You could
isn't
just
it?
say overnight.
Overnight.
You could
in the
say
night.
when it's dark.
When it's dark.
When the
The
lights are
nighttime
out.
period. Would you go to bed now, little one? It's nearly
It's
the
nearly
nighttime period.
period, and you'll have to wake up in the daytime
Yes,
period.
chiefly around
the morning
8
period.
period of time. Thank you very much. Join us after
Padding.
10
There's
o'clock.
a lot of padding, isn't it?
Yes.
Padding, mate. Is what we're doing now. So, here we are with Barry's favourite band ever.
Yes. I bumped into them at Piccadilly Circus, you see, the other time.
Oh, what were you doing there?
I was down at my special club. I say club, anyone can go in there.
Your private shop.
Your private shop. And they're ever so good down there because they do a lovely pomade drink. They say it's champagne. If you can't pay for it, they'll frog march you to a cash point.
Yeah, they do.
And they're ever so helpful like that.
To Eastern Europeans.
Yes, they're big men and you don't touch girls, you know. You're not allowed to touch, but they're ever so friendly. The point is that I was down there at Piccadilly Circus and I saw a picture, a man holding up a picture of the ex-Norwich City and what else did he play for? Liverpool?
Forest.
Forest. England?
Lots of teams. B team. Under 21s.
Under 21.
Under 21 B.
Justin Fashioning.
Oh, and that piqued your interest, did it?
It piqued me interest, and I said, what the hell are you doing? Kind of get a job. The country's on its knees.
Would the Japanese...
The Japanese
standing in the middle of Tokyo?
Those were your words. Those were your words, yeah.
Yeah. Would they really? No, they wouldn't. They would be getting down to some honest graft. Anyway, I didn't say that. I thought that. And I said, why don't you come in to my show on Fubar Radio? I say my show, I meant both of our shows.
It's all right.
And sure enough, here they are. They're called Elephants.
They came.
They came, they saw, and they squandered. Here they are.
Explain yourselves. Boys, first of all, what are your names?
My name's Robin.
Robin.
I am Chris.
Chris.
And Adam.
Adam. Collectively, they are elephants and castles.
Yep.
Now, where did you get that name from?
We met whilst teaching in an estate next door to Elephant Castle.
Are you all teachers?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So you've seen some stuff, especially in Elephant and Castle.
Bits and bobs. Yeah.
God, yeah.
Few things.
And so you're currently teaching at the same school?
No, we've moved on now, but Chris is still at the same place and me and Adam at different schools. We're all part-time.
Still teaching in the south.
Yeah.
What do you teach?
Me and Robin are primary school teachers. We're all primary school teachers.
Yeah,
What age?
Yeah, anything from 4 to 11.
Okay.
And I deal with special
nice.
needs. Yeah, so is Adam. Chris, a bit of everything.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Master of none.
And
Finally, Barrow, you've got some people in here who actually do something.
philanthropic people.
People that do something. Do you know, we've had some shit in here.
We really
Honestly,
have.
we've had some twats in here.
I mean, these are people
Name
who
them.
actually do it.
Name them.
We don't want to name them.
We're
But
off air.
we're thinking of the same.
Oh, we are thinking
Yes, well, we won't mention it. But no, well done, fellas. Good. I'm glad you came now. So, is the idea to give up the stuff that's beneficial to flog a load of singles that nobody wants?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Very good,
yes.
That is good.
Do you still enjoy teaching, though?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's a worthwhile job, isn't it?
Today is a good day. This week, we're on holidays.
First day of summer holidays.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
So should you have been in school when you were standing outside on Piccadilly Circus advertising?
What day was that?
It was about a week or so ago.
No, we're part-time, so...
That's good, isn't it? And also, you finish at 3:30, so,
That's right.
what people believe,
your own, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, you really have to go home, do a lot of marking, drinking coffee and sewing leather
feet
pads
up.
onto your elbows.
Yeah, definitely.
Sharpening pencils.
Sharpening pencils and practising practising your
Planning.
teacher cliches.
Colouring in, yeah.
It's your own time you're wasting.
Planning the next day's lessons, all that sort of stuff. You'll be on that now,
Coming up
if you've
with
done
cliches.
Walking apart.
Cliches. What?
Pull your socks up.
That's it.
I don't suppose you're allowed
Pull
to
your
say
socks
that
up.
now, are you?
Pull your finger out.
It's
Pull
your
your
own
finger
time.
out, your own
You
time.
certainly can't say that now.
That bell is for me.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good
That's
one.
it, that one.
I haven't heard that in a while.
That bell is
That
for me.
not for you.
Not
Sit
for
there.
you. That is a sign. When you
We're
go,
not leaving here until the classroom is clean.
That's it.
Okay.
Now, look, can I ask you this? You've got this single out. You're touring as a band. Genuinely, do you want to be full-time musicians?
Yeah, that'd be great,
Definitely,
yeah.
You want to go
Okay.
on tour and all that stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Get on the X Factor.
Yeah. I think we still come back to teaching, though. We're still,
I think it would be great if you were like a full-time band and you were doing very well and you were still teachers.
It is
would
possible
be
because you
the
go.
business.
Yeah, you can go on
People
tour
would
and
love you.
do your
Go
music
on.
thing, and when it's off time, we can teach, do supply.
Ooh, supply teaching, that's hard work.
Why is that? Not taken seriously by the kids?
Yeah, different class every day. Not knowing where the staff toilet is in every school.
Not
Yeah,
knowing
you
the
need
start
to know
That's a
that.
tricky one.
Yeah.
coffee making facilities.
Yeah.
Can I ask, now this gentleman, your name again is
Robin.
Robin used to play for Lincoln City Football Club, so he does have he has an interest in Justin Fashanu, if only that they're both footballers. What was it like playing in the lower leagues like that?
Well, when I left school, I was an apprentice footballer. So that was my dream, following my dream for a year. Really unglamorous.
Really?
Yeah. Lots of ham rolls before training. Ham rolls in the minis before the game. Shell suits that would catch on fire. Yeah.
Wasn't there always the prospect that a bigger club would come down and sign you up?
Yeah, and it happened to some of my mates, but not me. Wasn't good enough.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
dream
And
ended.
yet you sound surprisingly balanced and bright and intelligent, and yet you
Yes.
played football. I mean, I don't want to but yes, it's the thing people think.
Yeah.
You're quite sanguine about it now, are you?
Yeah.
You're over
I'm
it.
over it. I'm over
Yeah,
it.
you got
Moved
over
on.
it. You got over
He
it.
can still hit a ball though.
Yeah,
Can he?
Yeah, you should watch the video. We play a bit of football on the video for Fashanu.
He showed us all up in the video.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And you do, but you guys do gigs, don't you?
We do,
around
yeah.
London at the castle. What's it called?
Play
Dublin Castle.
Dublin
Dublin
Castle.
Castle. Yeah.
What's coming up?
We're playing Tooting Tram and Social Club in an old tram shed next
one.
week.
Yes.
It's
Some
exciting.
gigs,
I'm always
yeah.
excited by sort of transport-related gigs.
Yeah, we like transport
yeah.
related gigs.
Yes.
Yeah.
The good ship. We played the good ship.
Oh, there you go. You see,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
the
can
shit.
reel them off. Yeah.
Well, I think we
Dagenham
should.
car plant.
That's
That's-
Yeah.
yeah.
We should.
Acoustics in there.
Watford Junction station waiting room. What I think we should do
Can't
is
park there, though.
you cannot park there. That is absolutely correct.
Oh.
What I would suggest is we play the song
Oh.
about Justin Fashanu,
Oh, I agree.
and then we can discuss what was unique about Justin
Let's
Fashanu.
discuss that and why they've decided to call the song, etc. etc.
Exactly. Look, so do you want to quickly introduce it?
This is Fashanu by Elephants and Castles.
How about that? £1 million.
Very impressive, boys.
Tell us about the £1 million. I think I can guess what that is about.
Over Your Shoulder, £1 million was about the goal he scored when he played for Norwich
Yes,
against
brilliant.
Liverpool.
Remember it well.
And on the back of that goal, I think it won Match of the Day Goal of the Year.
Yes.
And on the back of that goal, he became the first £1 million black footballer, signed by Brian Clough at Nottingham Forest.
Tell me about Justin Fashanu, because it's a very tragic story, really, isn't it?
Really tragic story that I don't think a lot of people know, because I've got a lot of mates that are into football, into music, and when I started talking about it, they're
Yes.
like, oh, I never realised that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I met him when I was a little lad at a football coaching course. He played my favourite team. His poster was on my wall, and I followed his career. And when I found out that he'd committed suicide, it really sort of struck a note with me.
And why did he commit suicide, among other reasons? I mean, he was obviously depressed. He was presumably ostracised
He was
for
definitely
being a gay man, footballer.
Yeah, I don't think it's just my opinion, but he didn't fit into any part of society that he wanted to be part of. He was fostered out as a young boy in Hackney. He was out there with his brother in Norfolk as the only sort of black boys in a very white community. He was a black footballer in the late 70s, early 80s, and also a gay footballer, a gay black footballer. And he was just, by the communities that he tried to fit into, he wasn't accepted. He just got lonelier and lonelier. That's my opinion.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a kind of macabre thing, but
Yeah.
before he died, did he overtly say that? Did he leave a note, or did he say to someone, or was he having some sort of therapy? Did he actually express that was what the
Yeah, he
issue
did
was?
leave a suicide note, and those feelings came out in that note. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tell us about his brother, because there was a famous documentary where John Fashanu disowned him, didn't he?
Yeah, John Fashanu and other members of his family and other members of the community. I don't really know. I can't quote him on that, but I know he was saying that Justin used to make stuff up to get more attention, and that he was just sort of playing the media. And I think Justin...
It's since gone back on those.
He's since gone back on that, yeah.
Yeah. wasn't there another documentary where John Fashion's daughter
Yeah.
went out, and what did she do? Try and
She tried to get sort of professional footballers to talk about the topic, and it was really tough for her to actually find current professional footballers to even talk about the topic. I think Joey Barton was one of very few who would do it. But yeah, she's trying to sort of promote the issue, and because it's obviously struck a chord for her, being her uncle and stuff.
She's aware of us as well.
Nice.
By social media.
Yeah.
We've let her know what we're doing, and she likes what we're doing. We invited her to be in our video, but she blew us out.
She's too busy.
Busy that day.
Yeah. Well, I'd imagine a lot of people that the listenership we've got has probably raised a lot of awareness with up to 5 people. You know.
That's good.
That's good.
No,
There's
this
5
is
more.
worthwhile thing to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So you got lots of gigs coming up then?
Yeah, this summer's quite crammed. We've got next week we're playing in Tooting Tram and Social Club.
Yeah.
On the 30th.
King's Cross on Tuesday the 5th.
Soraya. Playing in Brighton on the 19th.
Are you playing these gigs as part of a lineup, or are you on your own with another
Next week
band?
we're helping out a friend's band. They're launching a single called the Bengal Lancers. But then we're on sort of.
Are they an old band, Bengal Lancers?
No, they're sort of a new South London band.
Yeah.
The Bengal Lancers is a curry place in Kentish Town.
That's it.
Yeah.
They have a lovely...
I know, there's good chicken biryani in there. I might go to that gig. Maybe we'll get free food.
Yeah. They're on top of the poppadoms this week.
Oh,
Hey! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Oi! No, there's very good.
Spirit,
That's
Barry.
the spirit! There you are. So listen, fellas, what a joy having you.
Yeah,
Before
some
we go,
talented people that do...
Before you go,
Hold on a
I've
minute.
brought something
we
for you.
What have you brought?
I brought
Minty biscuits.
minty biscuits for you.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
I brought some for you as well, but I brought you a new carrier bag as well.
Good lad.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
jacket.
And also got
It's a
badges.
Sainsbury's bag.
Oh, my goodness.
shocking.
Oh, I love that. It's a badge of Justin Fashioning.
In his England top.
I tell you what, I'll just go so far as say
I'll
I'm
just
the
go have a
best
look in
guest,
here.
the best
yeah,
guest we've ever had.
I've got minty biscuits as well, Barry.
We'll have them.
Yeah.
Do you want one now, fellas? Do you want one?
Well, if you're opening them, yeah.
Yes.
I'm keeping mine so you can
For
clear off.
anyone who's not aware of the Minty Biscuit connection,
Go to...
go to the internet, and there's lots of references because I've done a funny phone call about Minty Biscuits. I can't open it.
Minty biscuits! You're the best guest we've
The
ever
best
had.
ever
You're the best
guest
we've ever had.
Thank
Now,
you.
This
Thank
is
you.
not
Thank you.
supposed to be crass, but this is one of my favourite songs.
he's got 'em open.
It's lovely. Minty biscuits all round. This is Bronski beats Small Town Boy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember this
Of
one?
course I
Love
do.
this one.
With his little
It's
chin-chin hair.
Elephant and Castles,
Elephants.
and they're our adopted band now.
Oh,
They're our
yeah.
best
Playing
band.
them every week.
Every
Play 'em
week.
every week.
All
Send-
right.
send some
Ta-da.
other singles in if you've
Ta-da,
got them.
fellas.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Run away, turn away, run away, turn away, run away. Lovely harmony.
Yeah, written about the French, that was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. isn't it?
Run
It was
away,
fun.
run
Turn
away,
put
run
your
away,
hands in the
you
air,
cowards,
run
carry
away.
forward,
Sunburn-
reverse gears on
that's
the
it.
tanks.
Sunburnt armpits. Right, that's the French for you. And it's Bronski Beat.
Beat from the 80s. The
Well,
fella what looked like chin-chins.
he did, didn't he? And then he'd done the Communards with Richard Coles.
No, he'd done that before, didn't he?
No, he'd done the Communards after the Bronski Beat. Oh, yeah.
They both have titles, like band titles. One is Bronsky, sounds Russian, and Communard sounds like communism.
It was in the 80s. Should I turn that fan
Cold
off?
War.
Who can hear that fan? Can you hear that fan?
I can hear it, yeah, but I don't know if anyone else can hear
Shall
it.
I? No, no one else
can't
can hear it.
Oh, well, there's a fan on in the background
Is it?
going...
Yeah, like that, but don't draw attention to it. Okay.
Anyway, so he's communards, and which is like communism, and then he's done Bronsky, which is like Russian, isn't it?
That would be worse, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be
Be
worse.
like the tracheotomy.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
or some sort of industrial
A fan with a tracheotomy.
power plant going on.
The worst ones are when people have to burp to
Heavy
be able
metal.
to speak.
Oh no, I don't know about
Yeah, but
that.
it's like a tracheotomy. Some people have to burp.
Oh god, I couldn't put up with that.
Terrible.
I couldn't put up with it.
No,
I'd
who would do
I'd
that?
tell them to get lost.
Yeah, I
if,
would.
If they said, no.
Anyway,
What did
like
what
that.
did Bronsky mean?
I don't know. If any listeners want to tell us the origins of Bronsky
Bronsky
speech,
speech.
we will receive the email.
Can we
Probably
look out on
ignore
the
it.
Googles, please.
On the Go-Go's! No, in the 80s, it was a sort of
This is
trendy,
the Cold War.
trendy lefty champagne
Oh, it's
socialism.
Cold War.
The Cold War.
Cold War. And it was cold and all.
Oh, it was ever so
It was
cold.
freezing.
Now, this has come in from someone called Bilal Zafar.
Oh, what is it?
It's a lovely
Bilal Zafar.
email. It's
Funny
a
email.
work problem, oh yeah.
Okay, go on,
Dear
go on.
Barry and Angelos.
Oh, that's us.
Yeah, hope you're well. I have a serious problem at work. Oh, yeah, here we go. You're pulling my chain, mate.
Yeah, who's this?
I'm wondering if you could help.
Yes, all right.
It's complicated, so I'll tell you the basics.
Go on.
I'm a concierge.
Yeah, right, oh, yeah.
And the guy...
Concierge.
The guy that does the shift after me came in one day and told me he had messed up his foot.
Oh, yeah, very good. Messed it up.
Messed it up, right?
Mangled it.
So I told him. I told him to take time off so we would both get paid.
Oh.
Open brackets. I wasn't saying that at all.
No,
Don't
no,
understand.
no.
Lovely. I only know because my electrician friend in the building.
Hold on a minute, you've missed a bit out here. Right, so he go, I'm concierge, the shift come after he told me he'd messed up his foot. Ha 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 ha! I told him to take time off if he needed and I'd cover for him. I was being very nice. And then he told my boss
that I had to take time off so we could both get paid. I don't understand that bit.
I wasn't saying that at all.
He told my
He
boss.
was grassing on him.
I had told him to take time off. Okay. I only know because my electrician friend in the building found out that my boss considered sacking me because of it. I basically can't mention that I know because that would get my electrician friend in trouble. Your advice would be appreciated.
I think that's serious, Barry.
Oh.
I think he's in trouble, that fella.
Thanks and love your show from Bilal. Oh dear.
I think that bloke's in a right mess.
What's the question then?
He's like, oh,
Can you paraphrase?
Okay. So he's the concierge at the hotel.
Okay.
He's got a mate who's he's told me that he's messed his foot up.
He's hurt his
So
foot.
just imagine that I'm the concierge.
Okay.
Right. Oh, you've messed your foot up, have you?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh,
Can't
dear.
really work.
No, right, listen. You go and take some time off, okay? I'm going to take some time off.
Yes. Who's going to cover for me?
I'll cover for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be very nice. I'm going to cover for you, right? So I'm the boss now. Sorry, mate. Right, let's see if we can get this right. I told my boss that I told him to take time off.
Oh dear. Is this going to be the Sony?
Why have you taken time off?
He told me to take time off
Why?
so we would both get paid.
Talking about?
I don't know. It's what's written on this piece of... Bilal, it's
Honestly, you need
complicated.
to ring us because this
ring
makes
us.
no sense at all. It looks very bad and it looks like you're in terrible trouble. So I think you should ring us as soon as you can.
If you can, Bilal, get in touch with us and we'll do our best to help. Now, bear in mind when it comes
I
to...
wonder who his electrician friend
Well,
is.
exactly. He's ACDC.
Found out that my boss considered sacking him because of it.
Bilal, What you have to
ring
do,
us,
you
ring
wanna
us,
ring
Bilal.
it. You've got to bear in mind, when it comes to employment law, neither of us have worked for many years, so
No,
we don't know
but I
much
do know
about.
my way around employment law.
Oh, he does.
yeah,
Angelos does.
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
you need to know the basics if you don't want to be employed for a long period of time.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to, claim unfair dismissal.
Yeah, you need to know how to do that.
Well, you was
I've had my
unsmith-
head in law books for years.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
But you got unfairly dismissed for, what was it, in that burger place?
Wanking.
Yeah, I mean, that was unfair,
It was
wasn't it?
very unfair.
Because you
Using
had
me
it
own
was,
mayonnaise.
Exactly. Is that so wrong?
It's not so wrong, is
No,
it?
of course it's
I'm
not.
trying to save money for them.
Of course you
I'm
are.
trying to do them a favour.
Exactly.
But, oh no, they don't see it that way.
No, they don't.
They see it as a disgusting thing to do.
I said you many years ago, I worked in a fast food outlet.
Did you?
And
Which one? Naming
I
no
can't-
names.
which one, naming no names?
Naming no names. Which one is it?
A
Naming
burger
no names.
outlet.
Wimpy?
I
Star
can't
Burger?
tell you.
Jenny's.
This is back in the 80s.
Jenny's.
No.
In Waterloo.
You've already said the name and I'm not
Wimpy.
going to... Could be.
It's
And
Wimpy,
they
everyone.
used...
Barry very fond of
Shall
a
I be very careful?
bender in a bun. No, don't be gone. Say what
Well,
you need to
first of
say
all-
and let them know.
I won't quite tell you what happened.
Okay.
But what did happen, this
I'll
is true.
read between the lines,
Yes,
Barrow.
I had to go out. Remember they used to have Mr. Wimpy as a beef eater?
Yeah, I remember him.
And I had to go out with
Don't
a
know
big...
how they got away with that.
in a big, sort of paper mache, plasticky
Yes.
sort of thing. Massive head
Yes.
in a beef eater
Yes.
outfit
Published.
with some red tights that never got
Mr.
washed.
Wimpy.
It was awful with, and people had been out in that for big shoes to fill, let me tell you.
Yeah.
And I went out like that
all right.
into something like that.
That's all right.
And I went out into Harrow High Street, Harrow High Street.
Right.
And this is actually true.
I know.
I got rolled down the street by the animal liberation people who were doing a march on Mr. Wimpy's big, bald head. And this is actually true. Someone tried to write, meat is m, and they didn't manage to finish murder, and it was still on Mr. Wimpy's bald head. And to this day, as far as I know,
Oh,
Mr.
dear.
Wimpy has got meat is m on his head.
Surely they chucked him out in the skip by now.
Well, I'd like to think so, but that was a skinflint outfit. They probably
Not
still
wrong.
got it.
Not
but,
wrong.
and quite rightly, rolled down, it was terrible.
Do
And
you
the
know
kids
what
used to
his
come up
name
and
was?
bang.
Mr. Wimpy's first name.
Don't know.
Jeff.
Jeff Wimpy?
Yeah.
Is
Jeff
that fun?
Wimpy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why did they
yeah.
choose that of all the names? Jeff
That's just
Wimpy?
his name, that's his name. Jeff Wimpy.
Is it based on an historical character?
I think so. Someone from the medieval times
Who
that
liked
lived in the
burgers.
Tower of London that was fond of ground beef.
Flipping burgers.
Yeah, Jeff Wimpy. I think
Yeah.
Jeff Wimpy invented it.
I used to love the Wimpy. My Margaret liked nothing more than me giving her a brown derby.
Oh, I bet she did. All about a bender in a bun.
Oh, she liked a bender in a bun. The International Grill.
Yeah.
When she got
Or
her
in
hands...
Knickerbocker Glories.
Oh, she used to like to dig into my king size.
Oh, I bet she did. Well, you like
nuts
fondled
up.
around in her Knickerbocker
Oh,
Glories.
yes, I really was. Oh, I used to love that.
Put your hand in her Knickerbocker
Oh,
Glories.
definitely used to love that. But it was lovely, the Wimpy. Used to be able to sit down and have
I know,
tables
china
serving.
plates.
China plates.
They bring it to you with a little paper hats on.
This is true.
Thank you, Mustafa. Very nice. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Will Sir have the International Grill today? Yes, I think I
like
probably might.
Can I have some of that orange sauce that goes on it and all? Yeah.
Now, this is also true. A friend of mine got an industrial pack of that. Because you can't get ketchup like that in the shops,
No, you
can you?
can't. You can't.
It's like
what the
special-
stuff where you boom.
Yeah, it's like a sort of extra vinegary,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit too sour.
Very, very, very good. But almost brown.
Almost
in
brown. But there would be
consistency.
a chef there, wouldn't there? Proper chef at a griddle.
A short order chef.
Older chef.
Yeah, lovely. And they used to get them milkshakes, where you get the milk and you get you just get the syrup. And you
Add it.
add it to the milkshake, and it was an horrible affair. It was just flavoured milk, but they called it a milkshake.
That's all we knew in them
we knew. We
days,
didn't know no
yeah.
better.
We didn't know no better
we
now.
didn't know
It's-
about spirulina
it's
back then.
Chipotle this,
Yeah.
burrito
Oh,
that.
that's all foreign muck.
It's foreign muck.
Foreign muck,
Sushi the other.
Oh no.
It's foreign mucky food, you know.
I was hanging around a posh part of London the other day.
Oh, what was that? Up near South
near-
Norwood way?
No, a little bit further up than that.
Oh,
a little bit. Clapham area.
Clapham, very posh, very
Wandering around
nice.
the Clapham
Very
area.
nice,
And
yes.
there was his mother walking along.
Mother,
His
yeah.
mother. I presume it was your mother. Who was walking along the road with a little kid.
Yes.
Who couldn't have been more than 8 years old.
Okie dokes.
Couldn't be more than 8 years
Couldn't
old.
be more, yeah.
And she said, I'm listening in on their conversation, eavesdropping, and the mother said to the kid, we've got a surprise for you this evening, Lucy.
Yes.
She said, oh really, Mum, what's for dinner? She says, well, we're having sushi.
Oh, Christ.
And the kid was over the moon.
What, raw fish? Raw, if I were
She
growing
was
up...
over the moon. Right,
Really?
she was having sushi for dinner. An 8-year-old kid from Clapham.
It's wrong!
Oh, Barry.
God, what happened to Pop-Tarts?
That's right.
What
That's
happened to the
right.
crispy
A
pancake?
kebab, mate.
What happened to dripping? A kebab, a doner?
Yeah.
Oh, sushi. What
Having
a
sushi for
load
dinner.
of bollocks.
Lucy, having sushi for dinner.
Oh, Lucy, we're having sushi.
Thank you.
Oh, Mummy.
Thank you, Mummy. Thank
Oh, I
you.
hate that.
Mental, isn't it?
What I think is funny, you get these
Raw
kids.
fish for dinner.
I used to have a mate who lived up Crouch End.
Oh,
Way.
yeah, that's it.
And you get the kids in the cafes there, and they're called Arthur,
Yeah.
Charlie,
yes, yeah,
Billy.
yeah, Billy.
Ernie.
All like,
It's like
all
it reads
them
like
Victorian.
the cast list
right.
of on the buses, doesn't it?
That's
You know,
it, that's it,
and
mate,
that's
yeah.
pretentious
All
in
them
its
East
own
End
way.
names. Yeah, Steptoe.
Yeah, what's wrong with a proper English name?
It's my
Mustafa.
boy, Steptoe.
Yeah, that's his stepson.
And his brother,
I
Mustafa.
wouldn't mind, but they're all posh kids. They're all
I
posh.
wonder if you get any, like, I bet you don't get too many
Working class
like,
kids called Sebastian.
No, I bet you don't get too many like
Steady. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
What do you want to describe them?
I don't know.
Ethnic minorities.
No, just normal. No, not normal,
No,
but
no,
just
not
like
normal.
just like British kids. But you don't get any. No. Caucasian.
Fubar Radio would like to
That's it.
apologise
Distance
for
himself
from any comments
about to be made.
about to be made.
But I wonder if you do get any
Normal white children.
middle class Caucasian
Fubar
kids
would
called
like to
Mustafa.
yes. White English. Oh, yeah, I'd imagine so. I knew this is
This
true.
is my boy, Adrian, and there's Sebastian, and this is Mustafa.
Yeah, well, I suppose
You
you
might
might get that people trying to go the extra mile to bring us all together.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
I mean, you
some-
get French names, don't you?
You
know,
do,
or
yeah.
Irish.
Oh, that's
this is Colm. This is Colm.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
is Wing Chang,
Yeah,
and this is Mustafa.
you know what? There's a couple of things I can't get used to.
Apple.
I know someone called Anthony.
Oh right, yeah.
It's Anthony,
It's
isn't it?
Anthony, yeah. Or Tony.
Or Tone. You know, Anthony.
Oh, Tone.
It's not Anthony. I mean,
Oh,
I
it's
know
not Anthony. It's not Anthony.
there's certain things Americans do like that at one now.
What?
We've had a conversation the other about pasta.
Pasta. Aluminum.
Aluminum. I don't like that.
What about the, what's your name? Gwyneth Paltrow and Martin.
What, calling the kids?
Apple.
You got apple,
Moses?
peaches,
Peaches.
you know.
Oh, dear.
Well, so it's
Yeah. And
we've
yeah,
reached a
it's,
little bit of a
Mexican standoff.
Mexican stand.
I'm pointing a gun at Barry, and he's pointing one right back at me.
Daring
and
someone
neither
to
of
say,
us are backing down.
we're not going to go anywhere with that.
No.
But anyway, listen,
What?
the beautiful thing is that there's room in this world for all sorts of names.
Oh, shapes and
Oh,
sizes.
it would be a very, very
Dull place.
grey world
Oh,
if we
yeah,
was all the same. I mean,
same.
look at your name.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
an anagram of piss and
Tra-
chips.
Fish and chips.
Yeah, no, piss and chips.
Oh,
I
fish and
said.
chips. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, your people might say your name. I mean, you arrange your name, and it's the site of a famous historical battle, isn't it? It's a funny old Constantinople.
So no,
Something like that.
Hastings. Oh, yeah.
Battle of Hastings.
It's also an anagram of Legoland.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We
Bring the kids in.
Bring the kids. I mean, you'll have the kids round to you.
have the kids
Quite
round,
expensive to get into you, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's about 25 quid.
But they
unless you
queue
book
up-
online.
They queue up round the block to get into you,
They
don't
certainly
they?
do, yeah.
What sort of facilities are you offering?
Well, at the moment...
They can climb up to
I
top
think
into your
they can
glasses.
Climb up on my glasses,
Yeah.
or else they can slide down my arm if they want
Or
to.
your ball bag. There's a bouncy ball bag, isn't there?
They can hang off that. They can hang off that. If they lie me down, and for 5 minutes a day, I'll put up with them like jumping on my ball bag. Yeah.
Don't you have there's a special kids train that goes round your perineum and up into the dark hole.
It's called the ghost train.
The ghost train.
It's the ghost train. Yeah, or the
that's
black
it.
hole of Calcutta.
That's it. It's quite a fun ride, isn't it?
Yeah,
When's it
is,
come out?
is.
By your ear holes?
It comes out by my ear hole. That's right, and then
lovely.
goes back into my mouth, up through the nasal cavity, and out through the eye.
What are they do? What's the new stuff you've offered for this year, for this season, for the summer?
I've got
The new ride.
the Forest of Doom.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? I've
Which
been on
is
that.
where you take a little walk like through my hair, which I've turned into a madhouse.
Oh,
like
that's
there's all
right.
noises in there, and it's like it's little sprites
And
hanging
it's-
around in
yeah.
there, and it's like a little fantasy place, you know,
The picnic area's still.
on me in between my shoulder blades.
Oh, I like that. It's lovely.
Yeah.
So look,
Yeah,
it's up. You can book online.
Yeah, you can if you book on. I would advise, especially this time of year, to book online because it is getting to the summer holidays
Yes.
now, and families do come. There is lots of parking, so don't worry about that.
That's right.
Plenty of room to park,
And-
but book online because the tickets you can get discounts of up to 20% if you book online in advance.
That's it.
On the day, you're going to pay considerably more.
Well, I think it's fair to book early, and don't forget that the plunge pool in your belly button does get very busy.
Very, very busy.
Very
You
busy.
should either come very early if you want to get in there,
Yeah.
or then like later in the evening. But during peak hours, it's absolutely chock-a-block in
And-
the belly button.
Of course, let's not forget the World Heritage Site Bum Bum Maze that you've opened. What was that, a couple of years ago now?
Couple of years ago now, it's been extremely successful,
Yes.
especially the coffee shop.
It's the coffee. Oh, that's just on the edge of the Bum Bum Maze, isn't it?
Yeah,
The old
the Bum Bum
coffee
Maze. You can
shop.
just sit there and have a cup of coffee and stare right up the Bum Bum Maze.
Okay, well, the Bum Bum Maze is still goes from strength to strength.
It's one of our most popular rides, has been since 2012.
Yes, lovely. And for any would-be sportsman, the athlete's foot is still going well.
Still going very, very strong. We have had to close it down for some maintenance early
Okay.
around in off season.
That's
but
right.
now it's come back bigger and stronger, and there's
Than it
plenty
ever
of
been.
flaky skin
That's
down
good.
there to
And-
have a go on, and you lift up and have
Yeah.
a look under.
Well, it's always an education for the kids. There is a pack that you can send off for, which the
Yeah.
kids come down, have a
That's
look
it.
at Angelos's feet,
Yeah.
and of course the corns will be out by September.
By September, yeah. It's depending on how much walking I'm doing through the summer.
So that's the Angelos theme park. If
That's
you want
right.
to go,
Open throughout the summer
summer.
season, and Ken Dodd is playing this year up the
oh,
nose.
lovely! You'll never get him off.
Oh, I know.
He
He'll
won't
do,
go. It
he'll
goes
do
up.
4 or
He'll
5
do
hours
4
for
or
you.
5 hours up your bumhole.
Yeah.
In the meantime, this is Mr. Vane.
Oh,
Culture Beats.
I like this.
Like this one.
What is it?
Culture Beats.
I don't know this.
Mr.
I say
Vane.
I like it, but I don't think I know it. Oh, I know.
Mr. Vane.
Mr. Bean.
No, not Mr. Bean, Mr. Vane.
Oh, Mr. Vane.
Okay. All right, join us after,
After
Mr.
Mr.
Vane.
Vane. Mr. Vane. Is she Mr. Vane?
No, she wants.
She
Mr.
says she
Vane.
claims to be Mr. Vane,
That's right.
right? But she's a bird.
I think she's quoting. It's like Carly Simon. You walk
You're
in
so vain.
vain.
Yeah, but she's talking about a bloke on a boat.
That's right.
This one, is claiming to be Mr. Vane.
No, she's just quoting him. And then there's
Why
a-
didn't she say, and then you said you was Mr. Vane? Rather than going, I'm Mr. Vane.
You said you was Mr. Vane.
Because you said on the phone that you was Mr. Vane.
Do you have any vanity? Is there anything that you do that's vain? That you like? That you're a little bit fussy about your eyebrows done?
Like when I am on the television, as I am all the time.
Yes, you do insist on what?
I do insist on my nose being shaded a certain way.
Yes.
So that the light shines off it in the perfect way, so that I look really mega sexual.
Well, you get all them emails from all those ladies, and if you weren't shining your nose up, they wouldn't be interested.
They wouldn't know, because like it really takes years off me. And also, my nose is a great big bulbous lump.
That's right. That's it.
And if it wasn't for expert makeup and shaving and shading
and plucking, you'd like
I
to leave
wouldn't
the
look
dangle.
like Michelangelo.
Yeah.
I would look like Michael Ryan.
Yeah. Michael Angelos epithemia is what you are.
That's what I want to be.
That's what you want to be. But you do insist on keeping the nasal hair.
Well, I do, because that is like, once I've shaded the nose, I want people to have a look at it. So I think, I better draw attention to it with the nasal hair.
Yeah, it's like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon hanging out.
Right. Yeah, one of the 7 wonders of the world. My conch.
Oh, your conch, absolutely.
Mate. What about you? You got some vanity, haven't you?
I do
you like your neck fat combed in such a way.
I like my neck fat to roll in a certain way. Yeah. What I find is very handy about having this amount of neck fat is it's somewhere to keep my bus pass.
Yes.
Because you do lose things. Yeah. Occasionally I'll get a couple of roll-ups in the morning before I go out for the bus, and I just tuck them under there.
Yeah.
I mean, my neck fat is getting so big now, I put a can of lilt in there the other day.
When you wear a polo neck, you look a little like one of them gannets.
I look like, I do, like the Michelin Man.
With like a turkey.
Yeah. You know, like a frog when it comes out with a polo neck.
Yeah.
And with
you try and hide it with the polo neck. You know,
yes.
Neck fat, but it just sort of creeps over the top like chest hair.
When I've had my...
And you can lick it with your tongue.
I can. It's arousing for the ladies. I don't like to send them one. What I've had before, when I've had my head shaved, and I've got not a lot of hair, but with that and my neck fat over the top of polo neck, I look like a bell end.
You do?
Yes.
You look like a foreskin.
A foreskin and a bell end.
Yeah. And you can put your head down,
yes,
can't you, into your polo neck, and it all the neck fat just closes around the top of your face and your head.
Yeah.
So it looks
it's like
you...
It looks unaroused.
It looks like you've gone into the cold.
It looks like I've jumped into a river.
Sure.
That's what it looks like. Really.
Very vain.
Very vain in that one. Very vain. But what I like to do is, I do like to wear a sexy pair of pants.
Do you?
From my wife.
Where do you get these pants from?
Well, I obviously, for market, but what I find is that I like, they only do a nylon thing, and you can't sweat so much.
You sweat a lot, yeah.
So I like a cotton.
A breathable cotton.
A breathable cotton.
I just wear swimming trunks.
Well, I know you do.
I like wearing
with
swimming
the tie-ups.
trunks. Yeah, I like wearing them Speedos.
Because
if you buy extra large, I can fit all my ball bag in it.
You've got someone else's in there, didn't you, once?
Yeah, I did when I was lying next to them, but that was an accident.
Yeah.
But if I get a extra large pair of Speedos, I can get all my ball bag in there without having to pay, to have pants made, which I have made the mistake of doing that in the past, and they don't last long, especially when you hire a Chinese fella to do it off the internet.
Oh, yeah, one Bolo. He famously, he used to get that. He borrowed
Bolo.
Yeah. He famously got that shoehorn to lever in your testicles into your Speedos,
and he levered them in.
They said, "Would you like to walk around and just see how it?" I said, "Not too bad. I'll go one size up with the pants, please." Yeah. Mr. Bolo. Miss Bolo, please.
Yes, sir.
Please. Lever bollocks into Speedos.
We don't have any more material. Well, there's as much material as we can use. We can't go no further with this.
Bolo, go out back, find more material.
No more
for
material.
Mr. Epifemio's ball bag.
No more material.
You cannot get
It's
material for that.
You can't get it
But
off of the Brick Lane Market.
well,
You know, there's a
that's
place in Brick Lane Market called a place where you can get material called Marks and Spencer.
is that right?
Yeah.
And what is it specifically for undergarments or anything?
Any
really?
garments you want to buy some material, go down Marks and Spencer's.
Absolute. I find that my
A
wife.
bit like Marks and Spencer's.
Spencer's,
That's
but
why I
with an
said
M.
it, but with an M.
My
Marks and
wife
Spencer.
in this
Got nothing to do with the brain people, neither.
in this weather, she got what is basically amounts to the EC material mountain
Oh right.
to wrap around. She's like Demis Roussos
Oh, yeah.
in this weather. It's floaty.
Oh, yeah.
Because without getting into the racial stuff again,
No.
you do see people from hotter climes.
That's right.
And they wear very cooling stuff.
know what they're doing.
In this weather. Sometimes in Watford you see ladies and gentlemen with a very tight nylon pant.
Oh, dear,
Their
oh, dear.
bottoms eating the material
Yeah,
up.
you must
and they're-
wonder what's going on in there.
You do wonder what's going
You do
on.
wonder how
in
they
there.
got enough talc and powder and creams and
Well,
stuff.
exactly. When they get home, it must be like a
God.
branch of Body Shop. What's
Yeah,
going on
what's
in their
going on in there?
bathroom?
Oh my
Innit?
God!
I mean, they've got to help themselves up, get dry, sit
hate
with
to
a,
think, don't you?
a fan blowing between their legs,
blimey.
up the elephant around the arsehole. You know, I mean, you do wonder. Some people, they've got nothing appropriate weather-wise.
Mind you wander down the Edgware Road sometimes,
What?
and without getting
Racial?
I mean, you know, you
It's-
see some of the ladies.
Steady as a Mexican standoff. What, go on?
Steady.
And what are you gonna say
think-
about
And I
them?
think they must be hot.
What, because what they're wearing?
Well, they're
Oh,
wearing
I
stuff
know.
all over their face.
I know what you're saying.
And
They
all the
must
way
be hot.
down there, they must be hot. And it's all black. You know, they must be hot.
I insisted my wife wears a burqa when we go out to Watford on
Yeah, good.
a Friday.
Yeah, but that's just
To
that's for other
frighten
people.
everyone,
That's
yeah,
right.
Donna
It's like
frighten.
Halloween.
It's like Halloween.
She goes out
Well,
without,
they hire
without a
it.
mask on. On Halloween night, you say, "Go on, off you go."
It's a
With-
boon.
Don't put a mask on.
It is a boon.
See how many
on-
sweets you can get.
She sticks a torch under her chin like
Cool.
that, stands at the
Like-
window.
oh
It's an
my God.
absolute- The council come round and said, you're going to have to stop that.
You can't do that.
It was like the war all over there. A warden came and said, put that light out.
Yeah, like,
You know, it
like
was
the war.
terrifying. I mean, what with the walls, the face. I mean, I love her face. Of course I would. I'm
Well, of
married to
course
her.
you
Of course
married
I
her
would.
face.
But for any children out there,
No, it's
keep her away.
terrifying,
You know,
isn't
by
it?
the time she goes to the door with some sweets, they think they've seen
I think they've actually seen
a
that-
girl.
Is this a
a
mortuary?
witch. Yeah.
Is this a mortuary we've
They
come
say,
to?
oh, but I'm only being friendly. You know,
Yeah.
their stock's still
Yeah, but
terrifying.
if you're being friendly, then put something on your face.
Oh, on in general.
Yeah, put something on.
You know.
Put some clothes on,
But
please.
it's frightening, it's alarming, and I say, don't do shit, I'm just having a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, well, not for them,
Not
it ain't,
for
because
them.
we've had 3 heart attacks tonight and the suicide.
We have, by the door, we have a defibrillator and tons of sweets.
That's what you need.
A pack of fun-sized masks, some Haribos,
Yeah.
a defibrillator, an expert in the Heimlich manoeuvre for anyone who swallows their tongue with a
With
fry.
a fear, yeah. It's
'Cause-
nice though, because if someone dies in front of you has a heart attack, then you can just fibrillate them back to life.
And it's like-
that. And
and
then, right,
we
she's
had-
got a mask on by this point, so they can't see her.
No.
And then you just give them a couple of Haribos
We-
and say, don't tell
nothing.
the government.
I mean, basically, we've had people round before, and I've had to defibrillate them because my wife's so hideous. And they've come around and said, "Oh, that good. It's like a Frankenstein set." No, that person
this
did
is
actually have a heart
and
attack.
that's the house as well. We are made of just
We are.
exposed brick. And
We are.
wood.
It is like that, and we've got
It's
all
like
them
a castle.
we've got all them bubbling like carry on
bubbling things.
screaming downstairs. But
A lot
that's
of
her
facial hair
cooking.
and whiskers and
And in fact, she looks a little bit like Fenella Fielding.
does she?
Oh yeah,
she looks a bit more like Harry H. Corbett.
she's a bit. You mentioned Steptoe earlier.
Yeah, she's a bit like him. And he's from
really.
Carry On Screaming, isn't he?
Was he in that?
Oh yeah,
What?
Harry H.
Harry
Corbett.
H. Corbett.
Yes, he's in Carry On Screaming, playing pretty much Steptoe. He's playing Steptoe in it.
My favourite Carry On.
Oh, go on.
Carry On, Rape Doodle Entendre.
Oh.
They used to go in for that, didn't they?
Yeah, they like that.
Carry On Homophobia.
Yeah. Carry on racist. Gentle
carry on,
racism.
Carry on gentle racism. Lovely. They don't make films like that anymore.
Carry on sexism.
Carry on misogyny.
Oh, it's good,
Wasn't it lovely? I love that one.
Carry on inadequate males.
Yeah.
Carry on man boys.
Carry on man
boys.
Carry on Freudian mother figures. Isn't it lovely?
Yeah. Carry on dysfunctional families.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Carry on crass immaturity.
Carry on gay men pretending to be straight.
That's it. Carry on
really good
cottaging,
one.
which was
Cottaging,
famously that was a nice.
Carry on gay men that get all the attention of the women.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
Carry on asexual men who don't like you using their toilet when you come over. That's it.
Carry on alcoholics.
Carry on class war.
Oh, I suppose.
You know, it's a
yeah.
bit, isn't it? You know, the keeping the classes under the thumb. And carry on
class.
constant diet of rubbish.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. Carry on smoking.
Carry on drinking.
Yeah. Carry on syrup wearing.
Yeah, that's it. Carry on vulgarity.
Carry on blokes who are slightly too old to be playing who they was.
Yeah. Carry on wrap ourselves in the Union Jack and just carry on as if things are all right.
That's it.
Yeah. Carry on failing British film industry. That's right, I like that.
Carry on a spectacularly unattractive cast.
Oh, God, yeah. Carry on slutty women.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Lovely.
We've said misogyny. That was the sequel, wasn't it? That was the sequel.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that was.
Carry on secrets. Lots of secrets, you know.
Oh,
things.
yeah.
We're going camping this weekend without the wives. Don't tell them. Don't tell the wives.
Yeah. That's it.
Don't tell them whatever
What do you mean, Sid?
Oh, you said we was going camping, Sid. No, I told you not to tell them. Oh, God. What do you mean you're going camping? No, I'm not going to
We'll get ourselves a couple of birds. That's it. You don't get women like...
It's all about the birds.
It's all about... In the early 70s and throughout the 70s, wearing a proper busty outfit, maybe sometimes a boob tube, long saucy boobs, in the Robin Asquith style. You don't get them. Big tarty blonde hair.
Curvy.
That does it for me. Is that wrong? Curvy?
Not,
Is that
you're
wrong?
from that age. You're using your prime then.
I don't like a lady who looks like a stick in, like playing a xylophone.
No, why should you?
A big, buxom, busty bird. That's what I like. The BBB.
Christ
almighty. That's got me going in this.
What about them Commonwealth Games?
Oh, the Commonwealth Games.
About them Commonwealth. Did you see that opening ceremony for the Commonwealth Games?
It's like a sort of babyish Disneyland saccharine, strange, childish world of what Scotland's like.
Yeah.
Where were some of the finer exports of Scotland? Michelle McManus.
Yeah.
Wee Jimmy Cranky.
Runrig.
Fish out of Marillion.
Delamitri.
Yeah. Where were they?
Proper stuff. Wet.
Type 2 diabetes. Where was that?
Heart disease.
Let me tell you, the food...
Battered Mars bars.
The food in Scotland is to die for. It's all fried at killing.
Sure is, yeah.
You know, I mean...
They must have mentioned haggis, mustn't they?
Pointless hatred of the English, you know.
Yeah, where was that? Yeah, where was
all that?
Where was the racism?
Where was the racism?
Yeah. Where was the still bashing the English for things that happened 500 or 600 years ago?
Where was the silly not welcoming the 21st century? Where was all that?
Yeah.
It was all Tunnock's tea cakes and Nestle.
It's very hard to put on a production like that with about 10 people.
Isn't it?
It's very difficult to pull that off.
I thought that the World Cup opening ceremony was weak, but what did that cost? About £2.50 last night. I know we got a recession, but you could. I'd have stumped up another tenner just to, double the entrance.
They must have been given more money than that.
Oh, they must have been.
They must have been creaming some off the top there.
I mean, what was the budget? 30, 40 quid?
Yeah, I'd have thought so, yeah, and they've made that stretch.
Haven't they? I mean, what they get someone's mum to make up some Tunnock's tea cakes?
Yeah, that's it.
They were wearing jeans and stuff.
It's like a school play.
Wasn't it? It was like a school play. And all the budget been spent on a silly Nessie character that doesn't even exist.
No, a bridge.
Come on.
And it's nice to see that they got one of the most famous Scottish fellas in history to front the whole
B.A.
thing.
Robinson, yeah.
No, John Barrowman.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Most famous
because
Scotsman
you automatically think that, don't you?
Yeah. Who should we get?
William Wallace.
Who should we get?
Witch off of Rent-A-Ghost. Molly Weir. You think of all those famous...
Rabsy Nesbitt.
Yeah, Rabsy Nesbitt. But all them great... I know what we'll have.
See you, Jimmy.
We'll have See You, Jimmy,
See
Russ
you,
Abbott.
Jimmy.
What we'll have is... I know, Barryman, because automatically you think
you
about
think
that Canadian...
Barrowman.
That's the one for me.
We get Barrowman
John
in.
McBarrowman.
John McBarrowman. He sang the whole thing in a Scottish accent. Fair play to him.
Is he Scottish? I don't even
I
know if
don't
he
know
is.
if he is Scottish. He must be, because he can do the Scottish accent.
Yeah.
But you'd have thought they got a Scottish singer
Scottish
in.
fella.
A Scottish singer.
A Scottish singer, Val Doonican or something.
Yeah, someone like that.
You know, Michael Flatley, someone like that.
Someone Scottish.
Someone
You
Scottish.
too.
You too.
Could have got them.
Ravi Shankar.
Yeah.
You know,
one of them.
he's more Scottish.
Scottish. And Barrowman.
But Barryman, what I will say, in
Go on.
all seriousness, I did like
on.
the fact, and I think hopefully this
In all
will show,
seriousness.
in all seriousness, it will show some of the rest of the world that we're not frightened of a male kiss.
Oh, well, that was
I don't
progressive.
mind that. That was progressive.
That was progressive.
You and I have a kiss when we come in here because we're happy.
progressive.
We're progressive and we're
Progressive.
comfortable with our sexuality.
That's right, that's
Neither
right.
of us enjoy it
Oh, I can't
No, I
stand,
can't stand
it, but,
it,
you
but
know,
we've set
I think
it up
it's a
now.
PC.
because of PC.
You've got to do it, ain't you?
You know,
Got to do
you
it.
have to do it.
I mean, did they mention everything Scottish? Did they talk about, like, what's that thing they're doing later in the year? They're having a vote
the
on it.
referendum.
Yeah, did they talk about that?
No, that was under wraps.
Oh, they didn't talk about
Did they
that.
talk about Ur Willie?
Did they talk about heroin?
Did they? They talk about the Edinburgh Festival, which is mostly English anyway.
Yeah, it's the English festival in
English-
Edinburgh.
In Edinburgh,
London.
huge
London.
inconvenience to have to go up there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially when
See
you
what
go
you're
up
doing,
there.
man.
Especially when this is not an anti-Scottish thing.
No, it's not an anti-Scottish thing.
because we're all
It's an
British. and we're-
anti-Edinburgh
it's
thing.
No, but what I don't. The only thing I don't like about Edinburgh, and the Scottish people, let me make this perfectly
Oh,
clear,
God.
are nothing but lovely, and they've always
Oh,
been
they
wonderful, and it's a
really
great
are.
place. And I love
Apart
Edinburgh.
from William Wallace, he
Apart
was
from
a
him.
bit of a shit.
But the only thing I don't like is when you get into a cab in Edinburgh
Yeah.
and the geezer's complaining. You
Oh,
think,
yeah. What
well,
about?
About the festival. And
Oh, it's like
you,
a festival. Yeah.
you know, oh, it's a pain. Well, mate,
You are
we can have
cleaning
it down
up,
in
mate.
London.
Yeah.
You're yanking my chain,
You
mate.
are bloody cleaning up.
And
And then
you
you
don't
get out of
want
the
it.
cab and it's like, yeah, that'll be £3.77.
Yeah, and you've gone up.
It's like, what are you talking about, 77?
Yeah, it's so you give them
So
£6.
you give them the bloody extras.
But you know, that's one thing I don't like when they moan about
Them
that, and you
pricks.
think, you know. But anyway,
we
I do
could go
like-
somewhere else, yeah, exactly.
If you was in Neasden, what sorts of things would you have to fly the flag for Neasden? You know, motifs for the place.
Burnt out shops,
Oh yeah,
quite a
lovely.
few of them.
Yeah,
Old calves that still stink of fried food.
I know. The fried
Some
food calf comes
fried
on.
food, stinking of fried food.
And so there's some children from the local Neasden Comprehensive coming on
yeah,
with
we-
some fried food.
Fried bread,
Famous.
bacon and
Yeah,
eggs.
yeah,
I
have
would
that.
have disproportionate
Homeless.
wealth distribution.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Where you've got
All that.
streets of very abject poverty right next to streets of incredible wealth.
Wealth, yeah.
And therefore, that breeds
Resentment,
crime. So we'd have to touch on the crime
And
stats.
now we move over to this part of the arena, which is dealing with crime in Neasden.
And the disproportionate wealth situation.
And now let's
What about
open the
Watford?
Watford games. We have the Mayoress Dorothy Thornhill, who's just going to come on and burn thousands of pounds.
That's a good one. Stick it on a pond.
Stick it on the pond, which is a complete white elephant. Just have a big white elephant.
That's it,
And
yeah.
then burn it.
And burn it,
And
yeah,
then
yeah. Or
it-
just do what the KLF done.
Just burn
Just
£1 million.
get £1 million quid and burn it.
That's right.
Oh, that's a
What
good
I would
idea.
do is have Watford's internationally renowned market that's been in Watford
Yeah.
for 200 years or
Yeah.
so, and do what the council have done there, shoved it in the old car park at Clements, which is not a lot of room to swing a cat. And, you know, if I just come on someone on swinging a cat with next to a big white elephant and burning a load of money. Have a ceremonial, you know, symbolic stall and just have the mayors come up and set light to it. Up in smoke.
That's a great
That's
idea.
what I'd
Did you know, right,
Yes.
someone told me this, in Sacramento,
Oh, yes, where's that
the
in
United
America?
States,
yeah.
Sacramento.
Mhm.
There is, they have a part of Sacramento that they call the Old Town.
Okie dokie.
Right, you go down to the Old
Town.
Town in Sacramento.
Yes.
Do you know when that was built, the Old Town?
How long ago?
1983.
Well, that's a bit like Watford.
Yeah.
Any old charm has been wiped out and replaced with some fake marble
Oh, that's
and a
nice.
shopping centre. Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
And
Some
I think-
stone Alsatians.
That's it. That's what I like. That's what I
like
like
that.
in this country as a
I
whole.
like that.
And you and I have done stand-up gigs up and down
Oh,
the country.
yeah.
What I
Nice, eh?
think is wonderful is wherever you go in this wonderful country of ours, every town looks the same.
Yeah, it's
Isn't that
wonderful.
lovely?
Isn't it? Starbucks. You know, you just feel comfortable.
There's a Boots,
Oh,
a
it's
Starbucks,
feel
an
comfortable.
M&S.
Do you know, if I go to Thailand, like really like far afield,
Yes.
somewhere like really get and jump on a long haul,
Like
and go
on the way to
there,
Kazakhstan,
and
yeah.
exactly, or
There.
further afield. I'm talking
Field.
further afield.
Yeah.
The first place I like to go to when I get further afield, you know, experience of culture,
Greece.
is a Starbucks.
Oh, yes.
Because I just like to feel at
you
home.
know, you know what
I know
you're
what
going to
I'm
get
getting.
in.
I know it's going to be the same sort of price.
It's lovely.
I can
And
get a cold latte there.
That's it.
And I just feel like, yes, I'm in the real Thailand here.
And it's lovely because they do like to ask your name, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you want
they
to go
like
as
to like
they sit
your
in
name.
cheers where everyone knows your name.
Yeah.
And shouts
right.
it out in an Eastern European
Exactly.
accent.
And then
gets it
forgets
slightly
it.
wrong.
Writes it on a cup.
And gives it to someone else.
Yeah, the personal touch.
Listen, we're going to come back after this song and apologise to any Scottish people,
anyone
we've offended.
That should
It
cover
was
us.
not meant to be an anti-Scottish thing.
No,
it
we
was
just,
an
but we
anti-
just got carried away,
Yeah,
and we were
no,
just
it's not
saying what
about
everyone
that.
was thinking.
Exactly, you know, but in the meantime, this is set adrift by memory bliss.
Yeah, we haven't even touched on the Royal Bank of Scotland.
Oh, get start me about
Oh
then.
my God! Yeah.
Oh, I like this one. Do you remember
Oh
this
yeah,
one?
I know this one. Yeah.
Some great music they're
Oh, yeah,
playing
it's a good one,
nowadays,
isn't
isn't
it?
it?
Yeah, these days.
And it's just-
Oh, we started singing
Oh, sorry,
already.
we
We
better
should
go.
go. We
Well,
should
we'll
go
get
away.
out
We
of
should
here.
go away.
Do you know what? Mock the Week was on the other night. I pissed myself. So I missed that,
So
unfortunately.
you went to the bog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shame.
We got someone
Who
on
is
the
it?
phone. Hello?
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Who is speaking to?
it's Dave
Sorry?
from David.
Hello,
Hello, David. Have we spoken to you before, David?
We have.
Yeah.
Oh, you have.
Yeah.
And
Thought we had.
what did we help you with last time, David?
Well, it was more of a problem with grief, really, that you helped out with, and I.
What, problem with what,
Oh,
sorry?
Angelos tried.
What?
Grief.
Grief?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mate.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? What was wrong then?
What was wrong then?
Well, it was their financial state, wasn't it?
Oh, I thought it'd been...
Oh, the Greek. No, the Greek financial problems.
Oh,
yeah,
God, I
that's
thought
right.
it
We
was
had that
someone had
problem.
dropped dead.
Yeah.
Well, what can we help you with today, old son?
Anything else, David?
Well, you know,
No, I don't. Go on.
No.
I'm phoning up just to say that you didn't really help that problem, but I know you've been helping other people's problems.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
well,
we'll do our best.
well, thanks for telling us that. Thanks for
Well,
telling us.
yeah,
No, because we always like feedback on the show. So even if you want to ring up and tell us that we haven't
were
helped
rubbish.
at all, that's feedback,
Were
isn't
you
it?
the man who phoned about the trousers?
No,
No,
it wasn't. It wasn't.
My trousers are all right today.
Girlfriends?
No.
Employment?
Problems with that.
Where do you live,
it's
David?
I'm in Essex.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Using
that's
Essex.
it,
And
I
what do
know.
you do for a living, David?
I work in the city for an insurance broker.
That was it. You
remember?
making any money? You making any money at the moment?
Making any money? Yeah, making money.
Making a paying note, ain't you?
Yeah, lovely.
Hey?
Well, they still use them?
I don't think they do no more, David. I think it's all electronic now,
It's
isn't it,
an
mate?
expression.
Yeah,
Yes,
no
it's
one
crazy.
carries any cash anyway, do they?
No, I
No.
carry cash because I get it off the dole. And my
About 30
favourite
odd quid a
phrase...
week.
Hey?
30 odd quid a week, is that?
It's 37 quid a week, thank you, David.
37.
Ka-ching, ka-ching. Except I sign on at 7 different places, so it is it's
What are the,
loads more than that.
Can you tell what the 7 different places are? Or
No,
you're
I'm
allowed
not
to-
telling you,
Oh,
mate.
no,
I'm not
it's
telling you. What am I
ridiculous.
going to do? Incriminate myself? What do you think I am, a dickhead? God's sake.
Now, I'm quite an elderly man, David. I don't know how long I've
you're
got
still
left.
creaming off the top,
I'm
though.
creaming off the top. But the point is, I might die before we get to your problem. So would you spit it
I
out?
think he's got one.
Did you really got a problem, or did you just want to tell us we were
To be
useless?
honest, I don't really have a problem. I just wanted to...
You must have some problem.
I quite enjoy the show.
Oh, that's nice,
mate.
Dave. Well, that's changed. That's changed our tune.
That's lovely. Do you tell your friends about it?
Well, I've started to give him to subscribe to the food bar. I'm not sure if I have or not.
Yeah, try
might be a
speaking
bit-
into the actual
Yeah,
receiver.
into the phone, David. Say that again, mate.
Last time with the reception, I think it's the reception from where I'm calling from.
Yeah,
Where are you
okay.
calling from? Up a tree?
No, in the basement.
The basement. It's always
just
tricky in the basement. Are you skiving off
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, good lad. Good lad.
Do you listen again to our show, or do you listen to it when it comes out? You know,
Yeah,
on
we
the
just
night?
get feedback.
I'm always busy really when it's on, so I always have to download it and then listen again.
You dip in.
And again.
Right.
And
And
again.
is it easy to do that?
Yeah, it is pretty easy. I mean, it just needs to be connected to the Wi-Fi, but
Oh, the Wi-Fi.
And where do
Ah,
you
yeah.
where do you listen to it? And because we was just talking and saying, actually, sometimes it's just a lot of guff, and it's just sort of endless chit chat.
yeah, it depends what guest you got on, really. I mean, you had them Cardinal Burns on a little while.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of them?
I like their show, but they were rude to you, and I didn't like that.
They
Yeah,
was
no,
rude.
that's quite right, David.
They
They
was
was
rude.
rude. They was rude.
They was.
Pair
Who
of
have you got on the
disgusting
guest
young
this-
men.
this week.
Well, we
would
got
you
Sue
say?
Pollard coming in very
Yeah,
shortly.
we've got shit, and she
Got Heidi
looks.
High?
Yeah, she's
She's
off Heidi
sitting,
High.
she's sitting in the other room. Look, there she is now.
She looks
The real deal.
sensational.
We've got Sue
David.
Pollard, and we've also had in already
Yeah.
some fellas called Elephants and Castles,
Castles.
and with a single about Justin Fashanu. Now, you're
right.
probably too young to remember him, but he
Oh,
was-
no, I remember Justin Fashion.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
England footballer.
How old are you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm 32.
Oh, you're 32. How much money do you make?
Millions.
Millions of
Oh,
pounds. Do you
millions of
really, mate? Millions of- Have you
Yeah,
got a nice
millions,
car?
yeah.
Oh. What have you got?
Nah.
Vauxhall Corsa?
Mini.
Oh, minis,
Oh,
minis
minis.
are pretty
Minis
good
are all
car, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. But so you were just phoning to say how much you like the show?
Oh, good lad.
Well, pretty much, yeah, and find out who you've got on as a guest so I can listen,
Oh,
decide
mate.
whether or not to download, listen to it again.
Mate.
Well, who would you like to have on? Who would you like us to talk to?
Me, I'd like to come on the show.
do you want to
You
come
want
in
to come
the
on the,
studio?
in the show, David?
Yeah, come on the show.
David,
Yeah,
what
all
on
right.
earth would you
Okay.
talk about?
Well, I'd make sure I've got a problem by then. So,
Okay, well, all right. Okay, well, we can
Okay.
sort that out, David. You, seeing as you've called a few times,
Yes.
if you call 2 more times, then we can certainly consider you coming on the show.
If you can prove that you've actually got more people to listen to us, you can come on
Yeah.
the show.
yeah.
We'll,
yeah.
we'll make you a cup of tea.
Make you a cup of tea, mate.
We'll give you a little massage.
yeah, and we'll set you up a microphone
We'll set a
and you
microphone.
can join in.
And here I've got some
Mint biscuits.
minty biscuits.
do you have any
Oh, he wants to talk. Yeah, what?
Any what?
oval team?
Well, we
can get-
don't.
we'll
we can
get it in for
we'll
you.
get it in. We just need proof.
You'll
that-
be able to be right up your street, Barry.
Yeah, still speaking. We just need. Very fun. We
very
just
fun.
need
Good,
you.
good,
We
good.
just need some proof
We need
that you
proof.
have got other people to
Listen
listen.
to the show.
We need you to come with a problem, and on
Yeah.
2 more occasions, 2 more shows, then you can come
you
in.
can come in.
And mate, you can do whatever you like here, but we
Yeah.
will need you to get more people to
Yeah.
listen to the show.
Do you listen to anyone else on Fubar?
Not
David?
really. They're all a bit rubbish, Pop.
Yeah, that's right.
No, that's all good. All that's
It's
good
all
stuff.
good,
That
it's all
is. If you're
good.
trying to get on the show,
So,
that is
that's good.
exactly.
I mean, they've got, who's the other one? Katie Price?
yeah, they've
Yeah,
got her
yeah.
on here, Jordan. Yeah.
Got Jordan.
Do you
on.
listen to her?
Sorry. Nah.
Well,
Not
let's
really my
be.
cup of tea.
No, she has got her knockers. Let's be fair, but
Yeah.
she's a wonderful talent, and we're delighted to
She's
have her
got
because
that.
you say what you
What is
like.
her talent?
Well,
Well, she's like.
what's her talent?
She's good at she's good at having kids.
She's
Yeah, she is actually, yeah.
She's-
Good at putting stories in the paper, isn't
She's
she?
good at publishing.
She's written books. I
She's
don't know
written a
whether-
book.
I don't know whether they're ghost written. I don't know.
She's sung a song.
She sang a song.
Oh, yeah.
She's-
Did she do Eurovision?
yeah,
she
she's done
done
Eurovision.
Eurovision.
Yeah, that's it.
She won it, didn't she?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Don't think so.
Yeah, so lots of things,
Lots of
really.
things she's done.
She's done.
Okay, well, I'll get proof.
Get proof.
Get proof, mate.
Get in here,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you can do whatever you
you can
like.
do whatever you want. Bring a
Brilliant.
bring a like
Bring
a
a
sleeping
friend.
bag and sleep here or something.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Do what you want, mate. You just need proof.
Do what you like. Do what you
I'll
like.
get proof.
Get proof. Get proof,
Okay.
David.
All right, David. We're going to go now because we've got Sue Pollard here.
Yeah, enjoy yourself,
Okay, well,
mate.
Enjoy.
All right, okay,
Cheers,
yeah,
pal.
all right,
Great to
bye.
speak to you.
Yeah,
Bye.
as ever,
Bye,
as
bye,
ever,
bye.
as
But he was
ever.
very nice. Now, look,
Well,
coming
he's
up.
a friend of the show.
He's a friend of the show. Coming up after this,
I mean, if
you're never going to believe
he's
it's in the
the sort of
studio.
quality of the people that's
I know.
listening,
I despair.
I despair.
But listen, we have got this woman coming up. She had a number 2 hit with us in 1986.
Oh, my God.
You won't believe it. It's Sue Pollard.
I've got to listen to this.
Starting
This
over.
is a good song.
Starting together.
Marching together.
Honoured,
Marching together.
And then it goes,
flattered,
Oh, what a song that was.
delighted
that's
to have this guest in.
Royalty.
Royalty, showbiz
Oh,
royalty.
showbiz royalty.
We've
in here
had
with us.
some rubbish
Oh,
on
God,
the
we've had
show.
some
She's
awful-
dropped something out of her
Dropped
bag.
her lipstick out of her
It's a
Mickey
good
Mouse
start.
bag. She's got
Viscount
she's put
biscuit.
her Viscount biscuit into her bag.
So that suits me being royalty because I've got a Viscount as well.
Biscuit,
Absolutely.
yeah. Remember the civil list.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's English comedy actress and singer.
Oh, sensation.
Sensation, famous for sitcoms Heidi Hi, You Rang My Lord.
And the song that we've just played.
Starting together in 1986.
She's been all over the place, done so many things. She's a talented lady.
lady.
One of the most. We've had, honestly, Sue, we've had some shit in here.
Oh,
We've
you
had
haven't? I'm
some-
so sorry.
We've had
Yes.
some awful stuff in
It's
here.
Sue Pollard, in case we didn't
Sue
say.
Pollard is with us to save the show.
Thank you for welcoming me. I've never been in the presence of 2 such old men in my life before, but it's very nice.
Thank you so much.
Are you going to be as slow as this?
No, we're going to get going now.
We're going to get quicker.
And
But we
we're
have to
off.
give you the
Here we go.
introduction
Here
what
we
you
go.
deserve.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Sue, now, genuinely, you are a household name in this country. Everyone knows Sue Pollard.
yes.
And look, we're going to have to go back to the early days, or the early days as we remember.
Yeah.
Heidi Hi famously played the
Hi.
Yellow Coat.
Oh.
What was the name of that character?
No, you
Yes,
didn't
well,
play the
I
yellow
was.
coat.
No, she wanted to be one.
The Sally maid.
Yes, her name was Peggy Ollerenshaw.
Oh, that's right, Peggy.
Yeah, and she
Peggy.
really tried.
Peggy who?
Ollerenshaw, O-double-E. And then I remember once, and poor Peggy, when she got promoted to be a yellow coat, she was only yellow coat for a day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because what the yellow coats did, like they sort of, got all the campers to do things, didn't they, and enjoy their holiday.
That's it.
Knobbly knees.
Yes, you were. Well, have you been looking? How dare you?
Goodness
yes.
me.
No, and then I had to go. Now here we go. Now I'm now going to say, and she had to do some joyful jump steps.
Yes.
And she had to go, and she had to spell her name out. Ollerensaw. And she said, "Oh, blimey, wish I'd been called Smith."
Yeah.
She is nearly dead.
It was strangely sad, wasn't it? This poor girl who wanted to be, a yellow,
A yellow
coat.
coat. And it never happened. Well, it did happen for
Well,
you.
it did
but
happen. It only happened for a day.
Why did it only happen for a day?
Because Joe Maplin, who was, of course, the owner of the camp,
That Maplin.
very
Yeah,
money orientated, said, "Now I'm sorry, but I've been made an offer. I can't refuse, guys. This is it." So everybody else went off. Clive married Gladys, who was one of
Yeah.
the chief yellowcoats,
Yeah.
and Sylvia and all the yellowcoats. They went off somewhere else, and I was sadly left in the camp, and I was going to be a cinema usherette.
Oh, it was.
Yes, but I kept
So it
dropping
was-
my Kiora, so it didn't last long.
Do you see any of those people nowadays?
Good question.
We
Barry.
absolutely do. Funnily enough, I spoke to Barry.
Oh, yes.
Barry, do you remember?
One
was
half of the dance
He was a
outfit.
That's
dan-
it.
Yeah,
That's
ballroom
it, yeah.
dancing couple.
Barry Stewart Hargreaves.
Oh, that's it, Barry
Yes,
Stewart.
you have been watching.
Yes, that's it. And Barry always used to look like somebody chewing a wasp.
That's
yes,
right.
he did, or stuck up.
Terrible. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I spoke to him the other day because it was his birthday. I saw Jeff, who played Spike, about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, Jeffrey Holland.
Marvellous.
Yes.
I saw Ruthie about a month ago because we
Ruth
did
Maddox.
Pointless.
Yes.
And we got through to nearly the final round. I was so excited. What was the first bird they had on a threepenny piece or a farthing?
I would say it's the one that took the olive branch from the
dove.
ark.
The dove.
Dove.
No, dear.
Blackbird.
No, nothing at all. It's got four letters. And
Lark.
No, dear, no. And there was a singer called Jenny.
Claire.
No.
Sparrow.
Wren! You'd be hopeless!
Oh, Jenny Wren!
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
Marvellous.
So you still see... Ruth Maddox, wonderful as Gladys.
Darling, she was absolutely superb. I mean, we spent 10 years laughing.
It was 10 years it lasted.
Yeah, doing that show. And can you imagine how many Viscount biscuits and tea and coffee that we consumed during those 10 years?
The scale.
The set.
Totally.
Oh, it was a wonderful thing. I remember coming to see it at the Victoria Palace.
Yeah, crikey, you must have been young then, because how old are you now?
Oh, I'm 82 now.
82?
So I was about in my 50s.
Well, you were taking your kids,
yes.
weren't you?
Brought my kids in them days, who were teenagers, somewhat reluctantly, but they loved it.
Oh, you see, I think that's great, you know. And I think it's timeless. In fact, it's coming back next week. They're repeating it.
On where? Which channel?
BBC One.
You're going to make some money.
What?
You're going to make some money.
I've worked out that I can have my shelves put up.
Oh, lovely. Because
and a new roof.
You'd be on a deal where you wouldn't have been bought out, and then there'd be residuals, wouldn't it? You'd get the lot.
Oh, yes, but the trouble is, they do this sort of deal these days, of course. That's why the artists are never allowed to be a party to the deal.
That's why we have to do this rubbish.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you've got a very, very good fan base following, which is fantastic.
Oh, yes. Oh, that,
you were just
huge.
speaking to one of them.
We spoke to him. He was it. That was it.
Oh, that was him. So you've got the
was
one then that
we
tunes
got the
in.
one,
Yeah, but
we
he's
spoke to him.
hoping to get another couple of people interested.
Well, I don't mind. I'll follow you.
Well, that's four. That's
yes,
four.
yes,
people.
four. Yes.
Member of the royal
And
family.
a dog.
Yeah.
Now, look, as well as that, you rang me, lad, which was a sort of follow-up, wasn't it, to Heidi High?
Well, what they did, the two writers who wrote Heidi High.
Croft and Perry.
That's it. Marvellous. It must have been your era because he's died now, David. He's 10 years older than you. He was 90.
Oh, that's right. That's
so
right.
if you look after yourself.
Of course, they famously done Dad's Army.
Yes.
They didn't do Are You Being Served, did they?
Yes, but actually, David and Jeremy Lloyd did
that's it.
Are You Being Served?
Being Served.
But the idea was that they wanted to try and keep a similar sort of team as, you know, the Heidi High people, but they wanted it to be totally different. They wanted it to be like an upstairs, downstairs, but a comedy drama.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why it was 50 minutes.
And
it was great.
How long did that last, you rang my lad?
That lasted for 6 series.
God,
And it was great. And every time you looked at the script, and we were the downstairs staff, you see.
That's it.
And we were there, and Mrs. Lipton, she was the cook, and we say, quick, is there a cooking scene this week? Turn to page 60, there's beef Wellington! So it gets stuck into this beef Wellington.
I love
and
a
then,
beef Wellington.
then you'd hear, tell the cast to stop eating, we've got to go again. There was the mic in shot. Stop him eating!
That's always the issue. But you are currently working, or it's coming up soon, with other television royalty, Messrs. Cannon and Ball.
Marvellous.
Tommy Cannon and Bobby Ball.
That's exactly.
Rock on, Tommy.
Oh, he's still got that. That's definitely. It's got to be de rigueur.
Yeah.
Do you know? Can you imagine his poor nipples over the years? And they must have been bruised to
I
bugger
don't
it.
like to think of that.
I'm touching mine while I'm talking about.
You don't have braces.
Are they now? They've gone without, you know. I mean,
The
I don't know what you know, but they've gone very Christian, haven't they? They're quite religious.
Oh yes,
Cannon and Ball.
very much so.
Well,
yeah.
they used to booze, didn't they? I think they
They
given
did
all that.
booze.
Well, yes. Put it this way. Yes, I don't think that many cans went empty.
Right,
But that's
those
fair
two.
enough. I mean, it's some people, you know,
Absolutely.
each to their own. But I think they probably thought, you know, maybe we've got something missing in our lives. Let's just go for it.
And what is it
Agreed.
you're doing? Ha Ha Hood.
Yes, and what it is, it's a parody of all the things that are dear to our hearts. See, like Robin Hood, because Ben Langley has already done one about Sherlock. It's called it Ha Ha Holmes.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's just taking the mickey out of like legends and myths and things like that. And the idea is that the Sheriff of Nottingham has come out of prison after 10 years of fraudulent activity. And
It's a sequel. It's a
yeah,
sequel.
it is.
Yeah.
Robin and Marion, we've been divorced. We've been divorced for 10 years.
see.
He's hung his tights up and I'm giving enemas to people in the Nottingham
blimey.
Infirmary. As a nurse. It'll be less. I've actually got to do one on the show. I can't flip him wait.
God.
Anyway,
Is this a live show?
yes. So, Guy of Gisborne goes to visit the sheriff and says, I've got some good news, Sheriff. Maid Marian and Robin have split up. So the sheriff says, right, now for my revenge. I'm going to kill all the merry men and I'm going to marry Marian. So anyway, the Guy of Gisborne goes up to Marian, gives her all this news, and she says, I'm not going to marry anybody. I've got to go and round up Robin so we can fight the sheriff. So that's the basic premise of it.
And you're playing Maid Marian?
Yes, I'm Marian.
Who's playing Robin?
Well, Robin is being played actually by Ben, the writer.
Oh, okay.
And Tommy and Bobby play. They play the sheriff and the Guy of Gisborne, but they also swap roles and do Friar Tuck and Little John.
Oh,
Sounds
blimey.
like a load of
And then
fun,
the-
that does.
It's really funny because there's a May Day and we all have to come on dressed on as Morris men. And then we go to Robin Hood's boot camp where we've got to exercise.
Where is it on, please?
It's on all of it. Actually coming to Wimbledon.
Are you doing a tour, are you?
Yes, we're doing a tour,
Oh.
yes. It'll be quite a nice tour. It's quite a heavy-going tour. Finishes in November.
Sounds like a big show.
Well, it is actually. There's only 5 of us in it, but we do everything. You know, you kind of, as you go, you set the next scene up,
Oh,
and we've got to work with
wonderful.
puppets. Oh, I mean, I just killed myself laughing when I got the script. I thought it was...
Brilliant.
You know
Hilarious.
what? People like Cannon and Ball, I mean, I dare say they were sort of out of favour for a while, but these are proper professional
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah, I know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. I mean, they
I'm
still
surprised
have...
they haven't been up to Edinburgh, actually, those
Well,
two.
they should be in a sort of
yeah,
ironic,
you know.
sort of postmodern
Yeah,
kind
like-
of way.
like-
What about you, Sue? Why don't you do Edinburgh?
I don't do Edinburgh now because the sponsorship is really rare now.
Oh, yeah, you won't get any of
you know,
that.
it's no good at all. And I mean, it would be lovely, but then you've got to make sure that you get into a fabulous
hard work,
theatre,
yeah.
a proper time as well, so you're not in the graveyard slot.
Yeah. Have you done it before, Edinburgh?
No, I've been up to see some though.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
And
You
it's-
would, you would go down a storm
You
because
would.
I think
you
that-
do a one-woman show.
Yes.
What about a show? Now look, a show that is slightly more, not the darker side, but the deeper side of Super.
Now, isn't that amazing? You see, because your 80 years of life experience has obviously
That's what I need
brought
to
you
say.
to that. No, it's true though. I'm actually been working on that for the last 6 months.
You're joking.
Yes, honestly. And it's
What's it called? Pollard, the dark side,
Oh yeah.
the lost years.
Yeah, actually, it could be. Oh no, they'll probably think I've been in rehab for about 25 years.
I want to be a black coat.
Yeah.
Is it that?
Yeah,
Well-
but it will be. It'll be something very similar to that. So you share a few intimacies with people, and
I would
you know,
love
things.
to
I
see
went up.
that.
Yeah.
I
Well-
saw Dudley Sutton do something similar in
Similar.
Edinburgh
Oh, yes,
a few
that's
years
right.
ago, and it was brilliant.
Oh, you see, that's it.
It was brilliant.
Because I do think we've all got different layers to us, you know, and we, of course, we have.
Well, he hasn't.
Yeah.
He's way
Yeah,
for thin.
No,
but yeah.
shut up.
I'm
very
I'm deep.
one-dimensional.
He's one-dimensional. I'm very deep.
One-dimensional.
I'm very
Yeah, I know,
interesting.
you're very deep,
Very
deep
deep.
indeed.
But so you're writing that, and that might surface at some time.
Oh
in the-
yes, absolutely. But there's a few songs in it as well. There's all sorts of like anecdotes, and then maybe a couple of sad things that people don't, you know, think have never happened to you. But of course, you can't sort of be. I don't want to be like I'm actually purging my soul, and it's good for my soul.
No, not therapy. It's
Oh
still
yes,
a show.
exactly.
Still a
So,
show.
but I think it'd be great actually, trying to mix and match with a bit of everything.
Yeah, get
see-
the stories in there.
You see what we're doing here? We're doing proper interview where
I know,
we actually
exactly.
get under
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
rather
we
frivolous,
listen.
colourful surface.
Yes.
And we get in. We actually listen to what
That's
she's
the
saying.
underbelly of it all.
Underbelly. We've seen
Yeah.
Sue's underbelly.
But in
And
a-
we've
but in
tickled
a-
it. And now.
on a lighter note.
A lighter note,
yes.
Sue, you look fabulous.
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
fabulous.
Well, I
really
got
do.
this
Really
because
colourful.
Do you remember, like, oh no, you see, in the 70s, they used to wear these fantastic, long, like patchwork print dresses,
Yes.
and they've kind of come back in again the last couple of
Yeah.
years. And so I like this, but I like my colours.
Yeah, you
And
do like your colours.
And it means you can wear. You see, I think some people, bless them, they're a bit scared of colour.
Yes.
But imagine, I suppose, if you're working in the city, dear, near the Billingsgate and
you
Smithfield,
can't
can you
wear that
imagine?
much
If
colour.
we might actually describe what Sue's wearing. She's in a cat suit. It's a leopard print. No, she's in a lovely shimmery outfit.
Oh, yes.
17-inch heels.
17 inch
Yeah.
heels. It's not many people of her age can carry off a boob tube like that, but she looks fantastic. What we're going to do is, can you hang around for a bit, Sue? Because we're going to go to a song.
Yes.
And we're going to come back, and you are going to
have a chat.
promote the hell out of your forthcoming show.
Oh, fabulous.
In the meantime, this is the female of the species. Remember this
I
one?
do like this one.
By Space. We like this one. Don't go away.
Mid-90s.
Yeah, don't go away.
Why is it called?
Yeah, do it.
Whatever happened to them? Space, they
No,
were
I
called.
think they fell off a cliff, I think.
I suppose they went out into space.
I think they were shot
Into
into
the-
space. They were frozen and shot into
the
space,
space,
and they were
and
found
then-
by aliens, reanimated, and became their king.
Oh, that's what
think that's what happened.
I
I
read
think that's
that.
what
I read
happened to
about
them.
that. Now, talking of someone who's completely stellar
Yeah.
and out of the stratosphere,
And not McCartney.
and not McCartney, and not an alien in any way.
Oh, sadly.
It's
We're
the
still
one
here.
and only
Sue Pollard.
And then you go,
Oh, blimey!
see no warrior princess.
Oh, that's right. It's like being with Steve Wright. You know what?
Wonderful.
Do you know what? I've just thought of the name. What would be the obvious name for your one-woman show? The Pollard Count.
Pollard.
Yes.
The Pollard Count.
Hey, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, then I'll make sure
Pollen
you get.
Count. Pollen.
Pollard.
Yes, that's a good
Pollard.
idea. Or do you think it might be a bit too off the wall? That though, people are going to go. Well, is she going to be Carol
Here,
Vorderman?
here's one. Here's
No,
one.
no.
Never mind the Pollards. Here's the Sex
Here's- yeah.
Pistols.
Never
Doesn't
mind the
quite make
Pollards.
sense.
No,
Here's
they
Sue.
couldn't pay. They couldn't pay for that big a poster.
No, that's
No,
You
true.
know, the
that's
lettering,
true.
too many letters.
Pollard.
Yeah.
It's a
Pounce.
The Pollard
Pounce.
Bureau, after the Pollard.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
That's a good idea.
It's been a Pollard life.
Pollard.
Yes. Or you've been
What a load of,
pollarded.
yeah, what a load of Pollards.
Yeah.
Never mind the Pollards.
Never mind the Pollards.
Yes.
Only going back to your
Yeah.
previous
Go
title.
back to
yeah,
the previous.
Yes,
I've
yeah.
run out of
Pollards.
ideas.
Here's Sue.
Now, Sue is also playing the Wicked Queen in Panto in, of all places, Sunderland at the end of the year. Do they like a Have you done Sunderland before?
Oh yes, they're
The
really
Mackhams.
fabulous. Yeah, the match is fantastic, and of course they've got a new wing on it. It's a bit almost like the West Wing now. Yeah, they've added.
At the Sunderland
Yeah, the Empire.
Empire.
Yes.
Is it still massively popular, Panto? Because I have seen some rubbishy ones. in
Oh,
my-
darling,
I've
some of them
seen
can
some
be
good
appalling,
ones.
but some when they're good, they
They're
can't be
brilliant.
bettered. I mean, last year I can just go back to the one they had money. They threw money at
Oh,
Peter
that's
Pan,
good. Who was in it?
Oh.
and it was myself and the Hoff.
Wow!
It was,
Wow.
do you know, he's fabulous. He said, yeah, you can take a cool look at my face. Because everybody wants to know if he's had any,
Worked out.
No, he hasn't. I think he's real eye candy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's terrific. And
He's got a young Welsh partner, wife.
yes,
hasn't he?
partly. She's very, very nice girl.
Met
and
her
she
in
lives.
Debenhams or something like that.
That's it. He did. He was
No.
buying perfume for his then girlfriend,
Yeah.
but he fancied. He
This
fancied
one.
his girlfriend more, so she got the perfume, and the other girlfriend
Really?
got the Spanish Archer.
One whiff of her child.
The elbow?
Yeah.
The old elbow. Really?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound very
Hoffy.
gentlemanly, does
No,
it?
but-
you know,
but he's
man's
been-
got to do what a man's
They've
got to do.
do.
But they've been
yes.
together 3 or 4 years, and I think
In showbiz, that's a long time.
it has. And she's very protective of him. Nobody ever gets near him unless she susses them out for, which I think is fair comment. But it's
Yeah.
great.
And so you're doing that. And who's in it this year with you at Sunderland?
Now at Sunderland, oh my dear, the Seven
Oh, dear,
Dwarfs,
sorry.
of course.
Oh, you feeling happy?
Yeah.
Such
I
an old
hope to
shame.
be.
Very sad.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
another
quite
one.
good though. No, but we had the last guy was called Dave.
Yeah.
Sadly, he's great. He's 20 stone and he has sleep apnea.
Oh, I know.
So it means that if you're a bit overweight, darling, you
Yeah, I know sleep.
you stop breathing. You stop breathing. So suddenly, here he was. There we all were in the what's it, Dwarf's cottage.
Yes.
And she goes, wake up, everyone. This is Snow White. What a boring part that is.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
you
Snow
don't really do
White.
it.
They
Nah,
simper,
it's-
don't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
And anyway, poor old Dave, he didn't
wake up.
So suddenly, Snow White had to punch him in the head to wake him up, and he went. I'm awake.
Was he playing Sleepy or Dopey?
Yes,
or
he
which
was
one?
playing. He could have played any, really. He was ideal.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
ideal for both Sleepy and Dopey.
Well,
But-
he's a big lad and he's got sleep apnea. He
Yes.
falls asleep all over the place.
Yes, that's it. Poor thing.
Poor
But
love.
but as soon as they set foot in the dwarf's cottage with all the beds,
Yeah.
well,
Oh, he's out for a
you've
count,
had
isn't
it.
he? Yeah.
He's the perfect prop for him, isn't he? Never woke up.
I saw a very well-known dwarf one year doing panto, and I tell you what, he was so, I won't say his name, but he was so fat. When he said when the audience said he's behind you, he said, "Can you be a bit more specific?"
Oh yeah.
And that's my one panto joke. I know another one. The punchline is he's already done Aladdin, but we won't say that
Oh,
because
yeah,
that's libelous.
Oh, is it? Yeah, but this time I just love the Wicked Queen. She's fabulous because she has.
Are you playing the Wicked?
Yes. I mean, we've honed the script to within an inch of its life as to how the story's told, the music, everything else, and we just have fun with it because I love it when I make the kids scream and they get carried out by their mothers
Yeah,
because they're crying. So I know that I've done a good job.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. And then she has a bit of fun with the prince in the dungeon. And she thinks things like, "Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?" And he goes, "Oh, God," and all that, so it's dead fun.
Oh, it's so wonderful to have a proper showbiz.
legend.
I mean, it's all very well. We have people in here doing their Channel 4 style comedy.
it. Sketch groups.
My friend Paul Putner calls it the fumes of comedy.
exactly.
It looks like it's going to be funny, but it never is.
Oh, I think that's
The fumes of comedy, and there's never a joke sort of at the end of it.
No.
And someone like you,
Yes.
Sue, is a good, honest, belt and braces comedian.
Yes.
And that's the same with, and I'll tell you what I always think is wonderful, and I think, the great British public, slightly old school, Brian Conley and these people who are proper old style comics. I don't mean you have to come on and you have to be racist, right? But they are honest to goodness.
Jokes.
Jokes.
Yes, yes.
There's nothing postmodern or
Yes.
it's just here's a
Observations.
joke.
Yes.
And it's a big,
Yeah.
jolly, happy man making you laugh.
Oh, I've got one. It's marvellous. I use it all the time. What is the fastest cake in the world? Scone.
I don't believe it.
Did you hear?
I
did
did
you
that
hear the
very
name?
joke not a while ago. And do it again.
Yeah. What is the fastest cake in the world? Scone.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
There, that works as our punchline.
We like a little
How
punchline.
But I've got to. Did you hear about that poor girl this morning? It was on the radio.
What happened?
No, that American actress.
What?
Oh God. What was her name? She got stabbed. What's her name? Reese.
With a spoon?
No, with a knife.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
I think it's hilarious. It's just, honest to God, I didn't think that was a gag. It was in a.
I love that.
Every cab driver in New York is, a comic.
Oh, my
and we just got in and we said, we'd like to go to Times Square, please. And he just went, "Oh my God, I just can't believe I heard this on NBC. And I'm just so gutted." And of course, he really built it up.
built
And I
it
said,
up.
"Oh, what's happened?" He said, "Oh, what's happened to one of our best female film stars?"
Yeah, with a spoon.
Yeah, and of course, straight away I said with, and then he went, "No, with a knife." Oh, I can't believe I thought, "You bastard, it's a joke." But
Do
it,
you know, what was funny? 2 elephants and a snake fell out of a tree. Ba-boom.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
but isn't it great though? Because
can't join in.
only. If it doesn't take too long to tell this joke.
No, you won't be naughty
at
quick.
the beginning, you really do think it's
What time
happened.
does Saddam Hussein have his tea?
Oh, I don't know.
When Tariq Aziz.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
That's
modern.
That's a modern one from about 20 years
2004,
ago.
yeah.
But there you are, kids. That's a history lesson. Sue Pollard, it has been
Oh, a pleasure. An absolute pleasure.
pleasure.
Can you imagine if you didn't say that? Sue Pollard,
been a
it's
chore.
an absolute.
A real chore.
It has been a chore to have
ache.
you on. What a ball ache, but she's
God.
Oh, I've really enjoyed myself. And especially my Viscount biscuit, which will have no doubt melted in my handbag by the time I get home.
We'll take another one. Just
Fabulous.
We are delighted to see you, and I'd love you to come back one day when I know you're always busy, but if you could ever come back.
Yes, I'll come back after this Sunderland gig and see, because you'll no doubt be nearly 81 then.
I will be
83. 83.
Nearly
mate.
83, but it
Yeah.
may goes
83.
down my age in showbiz years.
All right,
I mean,
yes.
I say I'm 82, I'm really 147, but that's just showbiz years.
Just knocking a few off.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
been knocking. That's just a habit
That's
I've got. Ladies and
tremendous.
gentlemen, it's Sue Pollard.
Thank you.
She's with Cannon and Ball in Hood.
All over
That's
the place.
it, all over. Coming to a theatre near you.
This is Billy Idol
Oh,
with
I like
White
him.
Wedding. Thank you, Sue.
I like him.
Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Well, it's a nice day to start again, isn't it?
It's a nice day to listen to the end of the track.
Oh, and
put
let
the
it fade out.
microphone.
Wonderful
Well.
Sue Pollard.
Sue Pollard, wasn't that one? She's still
She's
next door.
waiting for a cab there, but she looks, let me try and describe it to you. She looks a little bit like Rusty Lee. She's got a colourful dress on and a sort of gold
Shimmery
shawl.
affair.
She has got red roses in her hair and red framed spectacles,
Course.
red shoes, and how about this?
Topless.
Odd socks.
Oh, odd
Odd
socks.
socks and a licorice all salt necklace.
And
Cool.
a Mickey Mouse bag.
Handbag. A riot of colour. A riot of colour.
When you go to a party, do you generally dress up party style like that? Because she looks like she's going to a
I
party.
like to dress up fancy dress.
Fancy dress.
Yeah.
What would you go to a fancy dress party as
The
a rule?
last time I went to a fancy dress
dress.
party wasn't that long ago,
Right.
and I went as Norman Tebbit just after the Brighton bomb.
Bloody hell. Did that bring the house down?
I won a prize.
Was it really?
Yeah, I won a prize.
What did you win? A fireman's lift?
Well, right. They just said, you've won.
And what were you all battered and sort of...
I
That
had,
is tasteless.
I had a dressing gown on.
That is
I had
tasteless.
a dressing gown on.
Yeah.
I had a comb over wig on.
Yes.
And I had a pair of slippers. And I had pyjamas on.
You dusty.
And I had dust all over me.
Bloody hell. That's ingenious.
It's not bad, is it?
Makes my packet of jelly tots I went out with just some balloons in a big polythene bag look a bit meagre.
No. Well, I mean, you just do whatever comes to you.
I
know?
have got a lovely old crushed velvet suit
Right.
in the wardrobe.
Where'd you
and
get
I've
that
often,
from?
Well, I've had it for a number of years.
When you
in
played
the early
snooker?
70s. Yeah, my snooker
When you was a
time.
snooker player?
And I thought I could go as Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper, because he's renowned for
He wore
wearing
that, didn't he?
Oh, he had a lovely dress sense.
Yeah.
Murderer,
yeah.
but
If you ever have to go to a Wild West party, I
Yes.
suggest you go as Fred West.
Wild West.
Yeah. Because he's definitely wild.
He was certainly a cowboy.
Hellraiser.
Yeah,
He was a
Hellraiser.
cowboy builder.
Oh, what was that happened recently? Someone done that, didn't they?
Well, a mate of mine done it, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
That wasn't in the papers. Was it? Something happened.
How?
Something happened in... I've either had a deja vu.
You've had a deja vu.
I've had a deja vu.
Deja vu.
I always find... And
What?
I don't want to piss on his chips, but
Oh.
again, I did that last time. It went all
Pissing
over the
on me
Savoy.
chips, it was disgusting.
It was
Still ate 'em.
disgusting, but still let him. But what I always think is, you go to a fancy dress party.
you do.
You've made... let me... you turn up and you've made a bit of an effort. After about 10 minutes, you think, God, this is uncomfortable. Now I've got to
yeah.
spend the rest of the evening dressed as a giraffe or whatever it is.
But I do think it's a fantastic thing to do.
Why?
I was suspicious of
Why?
it. Like, I was suspicious
Why
of
is
it.
it fantastic? Because it breaks down the barriers.
Breaks down the
Breaks the ice.
barriers. And people can stand there and talk about what they come as and then how they come up with that, and then they can get on to like football after that.
I find in general parties...
It's a good window into someone's mind.
Well, what does it say about your mind, coming as someone who was the unfortunate recipient of an IRA bomb? It says a lot about you, Angelos Epithemiou, you filthy pig. I would like to be invited to more parties. We don't go to many parties nowadays.
I see.
And what I find is I'm normally up for it. I get there, and it's quite often there's some very boring people, and you think, God.
Well, you go to like Tory conferences and stuff,
I do.
don't you?
I do go to. You wouldn't be allowed there now.
I wouldn't get in. Not right in that costume.
Not in that costume. That would be tasteless.
What I would do in that situation, I would go in that costume, but I'd say it was something else.
And then when you're in there, only you would know.
I would know what I've come as.
I would like. What I was thinking was funny. Do you remember when Prince Harry, they got a photo of him dressed as a Hitler?
Done Hitler.
No, brown shirt sort of thing.
Oh, mostly.
This is true. I knew someone at the tabloids, and they reckon that when they saw this picture, these Hugh Ray Henrys are so stupid and so think that that's acceptable that they turned up with a load of photos of the evening and thought that the killer photo was Prince William dressed as a lion. And the editor of The Sun, whoever it was, went, oh yeah, that's quite amusing, and let's just flick to this, there's some Miranda Hartington Smythe. And they went, well, who's that? Well, it's Prince Harry. He's dressed as a Nazi. Yeah, it's funny that. But anyway, this is the one of William with... Hold on.
No,
you are offering me a photo of William as a lion, and there's
someone
what amounts to dynamite of Prince Harry, a member of Her Majesty's Forces, got in the shop, is wearing a swastika on his arm, and you think that the picture...
I want to put a line in the picture?
And that's how silly these people are,
they're very thick. They're very thick. They're unaware.
And I like Harry. He's got a little bit of spunk.
Oh, he's got a bit of something about him.
He's got a bit of spunk
I think he takes a few,
Well, I don't want to say. We've already...
Have we?
Not yet. Well, we've been...
Have we? We've been libellous.
We've sailed close to the wind. We've upset potentially some people.
Oh.
Our Scottish cousins from north of the border.
But this is the internet. It's the Wild West.
Okay, what do you think? He likes to drink, let's say
He likes to drink, oh yeah.
What about when he done strip poker?
Oh, he done that, didn't he? In Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas.
What goes on in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. Unless you're a member of the royal family. There's a good chance it'll get out.
I mean, I'd love to be like him. You imagine that?
What, a fly on the wall? You like to be like him?
I'd like to be. I mean, you imagine. I bet he can't beat him off with a shitty stick.
Oh, I bet he can't. He's probably getting things in his Facebook all the time saying, do you want to go out with me? Or do you want to meet round the back of the bins to have it off and stuff?
He can't do that because he's royal. But I dare say, if he went undercover...
Yeah, put an hat on.
But
if he went undercover, he wouldn't get any offers because he's not all that.
He's a handsome fella, isn't he?
All right, but he's ginger.
Well, yes, but he's got noble features.
Yeah, but he's ginger.
I dare say if he was a normal person, he wouldn't get as much attention. Did you see on ITV2, I Want to Marry Harry?
No.
It's a programme, we're talking of thick people, American ladies.
Oh, yeah. They're lining up for him,
They line up to go and meet what is, at the end of the day, an end-of-the-pier looky-likey of Prince Harry. And these morons think it's the real Harry, as if the British monarchy...
on the end of a pier, selling themselves.
Yes, we think that the future head of the realm and head of the Church of England and the state would like to
pimp himself out on Blackpool Pier.
But it didn't half look like him.
Really?
Oh, it looked just like... But these morons...
They probably only made the show because they found him.
Well, that's
true.
Right,
we've got him. What are we going to do with him?
Well, that's true.
I know.
We'll send him out. But I'd like to see a show called I Want to Marry Barry.
Oh, yeah. Marry Barry.
Where a variety of gilfs come out and
grannies, okay.
And they have to come and I impress them by bringing them home Savoy, sausage and batter, wine,
Partney Super 7.
I go Partney Super 7. I come home with some Walker's Sensations. Take them to the Harvester in Ruislip for as much as they can eat.
As they can get down their gob.
And
do they do that at the Harvester?
I think there's probably an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Well, there's definitely that for the salad.
And the salad, don't go easy on the radishes. My Margaret that she farted blew the cat out into the grate. But they come out and they've got to compete for my affections.
Lock them in a room and let them do it.
And at the end of it, I say, no, I'm sorry, my darling, you go home. You go home, and I am the real Barry.
Yeah,
In which
exactly.
case,
yeah.
their knickers hit the floor quicker than their teeth. And then we go out, we have a, obviously I'm married. Where do I take? I'll take them to the...
Back to the harvester.
Back
You
to
got a
harvester.
deal.
I've got a deal with them. I've got the meal deal.
Yeah, you got the deal. So you can go back there as many
Anytime
times as
you like.
Yeah, no, so it makes sense to take them
Why
back
don't
there.
we I want to marry Angelos. What would the forfeits be? What would they have to do?
Well, they'd have to, give me... first of all, they'd have to turn up with their bank statements.
Well, they'd have to turn up. That was the biggest hurdle.
They'd have to turn up, but they'd have to turn up with their bank statements, and then they all line up, and I have a look at how much they make. Right, that's the first thing, and then you can discard quite a few people straight
with
away.
Debt problems, students in debt.
So I'm looking for someone really. I'm looking for my ideal lady. Has got to be earning at least 30 grand a year.
I think that's important.
At least 30 grand a year. So that comes down to, and they can try and fiddle that, but that comes down to about 2 or 3 grand a month.
Right.
They've got to be earning that if they want to get anywhere near me.
Money aside, are looks or personality important? Not really.
Well, it depends. It depends how much they earn. If it's over 30 grand, then looks and the rest of personality come into it.
I dare say, if you ended up in the sack with one of these ladies, you could probably insist on getting some teletape. Yeah. And if she's got a face like a robber's dog, you get the bank statement, sellotape it over her face, and you can just... or on the back of her head.
Yeah, lovely.
And you can
just remind myself how much
why
she
you're
earns.
doing it,
yeah. I know.
Come into some money.
Oh!
So... That's a rather weak joke to end. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the organic end to this filth pot that we call a show.
Sue was nice, though, wasn't she?
Sue was lovely, and those fellas were nice.
The elephants and cars.
And with that fella who phoned up and said, Dave, who said...
He's all right.
He said he's going to get some people to listen to us.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. We love each and every one of you.
Sleep well.
Sleep well.
Hope your car starts tomorrow morning.
Don't forget to join us next time.
I hope that you get everything you want and everything you need.
There's a difference in what you need. Don't forget, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
Okay.
Until next week, when the guest will be the Honey Monster.
Oh, yes, he's coming in.
With
John Cooper Clarke.
Henry McGee.
Henry Fonda.
Henry off of Kelly, off of Going for Gold.
Henry Cooper.
We've got to go until next time.
Have a good week until next week.
As
Les Kellett and Kent Walton used to say,
this is Hong Kong Garden.